it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo.
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose story's got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman. Hack, how the hell you doing today?
Oh, dude, thank God for the NFL. I mean...
Oh, God. Botch.
Thank God for... I forget to hold my microphone up on my mouth. Dude, thank God for the NFL, because after the Olympics, the Little League World Series, and then we had
the Phillies debauchery that we had to go
and
through.
then we had and then we had Wimbledon. You know what I'm saying? And now we have
US
nothing.
Open.
US. We have nothing now. You know what I'm saying? The Phillies aren't even playing tonight.
Yeah, well, the Phillies are fine.
Yeah, we got football tonight, though.
Well, yeah, thank God. That's why I said thank God for the NFL. We got Thursday, Monday, Sunday, you know what I mean?
Every day of the week's
College football is going to be even better this year because there's 12 teams, even though Notre Dame, done, don't have a chance of winning anything right now. They're gone.
Well, how about your picks, too, Hack? We got to talk about that, man.
Well,
if you guys,
wait a minute.
Jumping out the gate 0 for 4 to start the year.
Yeah, but who cares? I won my suicide pool. That's the one that pays.
You took the bye week. You won.
You didn't technically win.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yes, I did win because 60% of the people are gone now. So that's a win for me.
No, they just lost. You didn't win.
Yes, I did win.
Well,
I won by being smart enough to take a bye the first week.
You advanced, as did I. I took the bye week as well. So we started out.
Would you say you won, Tosh?
No, I advanced. I did not win.
Survive and advance.
Yeah, I survived.
Wait, how can you even think about it like that? You won because 60% of the people were gone because you were smart enough to make no decision whatsoever.
I agree. We made the right decision.
That's a win.
Yeah.
If you're in the King's Court back in the 1500s with
not.
King Louis in 1789 when the French Revolution started, dude, it was off your head. If you're alive the next day, it's a win.
Okay, I like your
Go
mindset
fetch
there.
my beer, Jester.
Hey, you're dead. You have no room to talk about.
Somebody had checked me on that, and I think the revolution lasted from 1889 to 1897, the French Revolution.
Okay.
Just to say. Marie told me that herself.
I would rather be Tyler, who took the Saints and got them out of the way and still has his bye week. So
who cares about getting somebody out of the way?
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, not at this point, because half the people, including Oliver, took the Bengals and lost. So, all right, we don't need to rub it in anymore. We get it. I'm just filling in the people on our Survivor picks and who won and who lost.
Tosh,
what years did you say the French Revolution lasted?
It lasted 9 years. It was like it was. I can't read that from there. It was.
I saw your eyes go.
It's either. All right, I'm gonna have to go with 1789 to 1797. Bam.
1789 to 1799. Wrong.
Bam!
Wrong.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, dude, come on.
Pretty
You said
close.
97.
Freaking head.
Wrong.
close.
Just like you won the first week of Survivor.
Yeah, survived.
And I just won that one too. The hack check. First hack check of the day.
What did you think of the Birds on Friday night in Brazil? Hack?
Horrifying.
Oh man, they got to figure out this turnover problem.
I came out of that game totally dissatisfied with every single thing that I saw.
Well, see, I'd be happy about Saquon.
Spoken like a true Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, but that's a happenstance of the game to me. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, all right. I know you're giving me that look. Saquon's got 3, but name me one other thing that was good coming out of that game.
I thought your prediction last week. I thought Smith looked really good in the game. I thought he looked
Devontae
good.
Smith,
Yeah.
I thought
He was great.
I love the linebacker that they got from the Saints.
The guy
Zach
with
Vaughn?
15 tackles.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Our
all in
offensive
all,
line played good.
all
Right
in
guard
all, how
played
many
good.
points did we give up?
Our defense played good for the most part.
Okay, we
Let
gave up
a
29 points.
Yeah, let up a couple big plays, and we had bad field position.
I like the fact they only gave up 9 points off those 3 turnovers too.
Yeah,
that's how they won the game.
to start the game, back-to-back turnovers by our offense, and to only give up 2 field goals for us to turn it over in our own, basically red zone, twice, and for them to give up only 6 points on that was the game right there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Jalen Carter was playing great then. What did he do after that?
He was getting bear hugged all night.
Okay, what was
long.
Jordan doing?
and double
Not
team.
much.
Exactly, dude. Our two guys that are
Jordan
supposed
Davis
to be the
isn't a
best.
pass rusher.
No, he's more of a run stopper,
Stopper, yeah,
but
yes.
still, I would
Yeah,
say
they didn't run the ball good at all, besides one drive.
I know, but to just sit there and not give them any credit, I mean,
it's a weird circumstance of a game, and they got out of it
Listen,
with a win.
No, I
Jalen
needed
ha-
to see better from those two after the last freaking third of the season from those two.
Okay, how did the
they
Eagles-
started out great in the first 7 games? After the first 7 games, dude, those two were nowhere to be found.
Okay,
They
how
hit-
did
they hit a wall.
how did the Eagles look compared to the rest of the NFL?
It's
The
hard
rest
for
of the
first
NFL
week.
was atrocious week 1.
Yeah.
Atrocious. Horrible.
yeah, and
It was pretty bad.
Jalen threw 2 horrible interceptions
And we
that
put
are-
up
Wait,
34
and almost
points.
threw a third.
And we put up
Could have
34
easily
points.
thrown that third.
and probably could have thrown a 4th. But
We didn't
he
play
didn't.
great, but
I think with Hurts
there's
though, it's
plenty
like
to be encouraged about. The league is horrible.
yeah, the league is the league,
Okay,
especially early
well,
in the
if
season.
that's what you're encouraged about, the league's horrible, then you're barking
No,
up the
the
wrong
Eagles-
tree.
The Eagles are going to the NFC Championship.
None of the start.
Ollie's bullish on the
Nobody's-
Birds this year.
Basically, 85% of the league starters don't play during the preseason. The first month of the season is dog shit, and it has been for the past 2 years because of this.
True.
Nobody's playing well. We went to Brazil. We got a win against a team that's supposed to be competing in the NFC for the NFC Championship. Wasn't pretty, but a win's a win's a win. Going out to Brazil against that team, was it great? No. Jalen threw 2 horrible interceptions. Defense looked better than I thought. So I'll take it, and we're just going to move on.
What happened the very first play of the game?
Saquon Barkley
Saquon Barkley
slipped on
slipped.
ice.
Wrong. That's not the first play of
Was
the
it
game.
the snap?
The kickoff.
Oh, the kickoff.
We had a penalty on the kickoff. Don't you guys? No, I thought we had the penalty.
Somebody.
I
had
thought
it.
we were offsides on. Or no, we had a.
We received the
lined
ball,
up
they were-
wrong.
No,
Whatever.
somebody.
I'm trying to remember.
Somebody
That's
moved.
what I'm saying. I thought we lined up wrong. I'm like,
Somebody-
how did we just get a penalty?
I like overall with Hurts. It's like
So that's the reason why it was atrocious?
No, but I'm just telling you is it started out bad and it didn't get great until the fourth quarter to where we sewed it up in that last 7
Yeah,
minutes.
because we didn't play in the preseason.
yeah.
Yes,
I think with
get
Hurts
that.
though, I want to say with Hurts,
But they didn't either.
with Jalen Hurts, you got to take some of the good with the bad. He's a playmaker, and he's going to force some stuff at times. So it's
They
like
were really bad.
they were, and the snap I think was new center, and you're getting used to the.
Hit him in the chest and he didn't even get his head. Didn't even have his hands up.
No.
when
that
snap
was
hit
a
him right in the chest.
miscue, which I
No,
can
understand
live
that.
with. Yeah, I can live with that.
Picks are more my issue.
Yeah.
And I think with Hurts,
The
some
one
of the
that
decision
AJ isn't
making.
nearly as bad as it looks when you see the overhead view of the play.
Oh, you watch the what was it,
The all 22.
the all 22.
I've seen a clip of it. It does. It's a bad. It's a bad throw, but if it's thrown 2 seconds earlier, it's a touchdown, and everyone's talking about how great of a throw it is.
Yeah, well,
But it wasn't.
He's still,
2 seconds.
he's
I
still
know.
got
I'm
his
just saying.
four
I'm
right.
just saying. I'm just saying. It doesn't look nearly as bad once you see it from a different angle.
He's going to be the Eagle apologist this year. I
Well,
can hear
we're
it now.
going to
I'm just saying he's gonna. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
dude.
it happened. Like
We'll call it how we see it.
And another thing is, how are we going to figure out that Hurts cannot get around the corner anymore? He does not have that speed.
Oh,
He just,
my God. Here we go with
boom,
this.
Gone. He
Jesus
doesn't.
Christ, you'll
No,
see.
So play action means
you'll
nothing
see.
anymore, really.
You'll
to
see.
us.
I'm not even going to argue it. You'll see.
Okay, well, we'll keep
you'll see.
posting.
No,
the
these are
sample
facts,
season.
dude. This is what happens.
It's one game.
This is what. No, you're telling me Hurts is as fast as he was 2 years ago?
It's one game.
Anywhere near as fast?
When did he have an opportunity to run?
All last
What
year.
are you talking? All last year he was hurt. He had a big ass knee brace on his knee.
I don't.
What are you
Whatever.
talking
I think.
about,
I think
dude?
as you're a running quarterback and
You have no idea
accumulate-
what you're talking about. You
expert says
sit here and
that
talk
he's
nonsense
slower.
every game. And meantime look at each other like, what are you
but how
talking
come
about?
every expert says that he's slower now? That's not me.
It's all speculation.
Well,
Just watch.
Straight fact.
I think as you're a running
Just watch.
quarterback and you accumulate more hits over the years, that does take a toll to your body. And you saw it with Cam Newton, for example, right? Those first 4 or 5 years for Cam Newton was a historical run. And then after that, after he accumulated a lot of the wear and tear at that position as that running quarterback, his production went down a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe stop squatting 700 freaking pounds and maybe you'll be a little bit faster and less stronger. I don't care about the tush push.
When you're not hurt,
what do you guys
you're
think
not
about the game
wearing
against the
knee brace.
Falcons this week? Home on Monday night? I mean, I think that's a win. I don't know.
It has to be a win. I don't know about a cover.
Especially
think
with
so. Their
Cousins' record on Monday night is atrocious, too.
He's horrible. He can't even move.
Yeah, he's still hurt and recovering from that injury he had last season. I mean, if you saw him against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week, it wasn't good. Eagles are coming home. They're off like a semi-mini bye.
A little extra rest.
Nick Foles' retirement night. You know, the eggplants are going to be out. And we're just going to ride that wave.
Well, heck, I got to ask you something, too, about...
Wait, who the frick are the eggplants?
He's talking about Big Dick Nick. It was a joke.
Yeah, it's Nick Foles' retirement night.
Okay.
So the eggplants are going to be out.
You
Nick
boomer.
Foles' retirement. The guy played 6 good games for me.
Eagles have four sacks on Monday night.
They're not handing out rally towels. They're handing out rally eggplants, and everyone's going to be swinging them.
All right, I kind of hit each other in the head. I like it. I love it.
You got to pay extra for that.
Did you have a chance to watch the Browns-Cowboys game at all and listen to Tom Brady?
Yes, of course. The only reason I couldn't wait for the game to start.
What did you think of him as an announcer?
I loved it.
You really thought he was that good from day one?
I love the way he diagnosed shit and just let us know what was coming and what people were thinking rather than just the quarterback.
Okay, interesting, because I thought he was a little clunky as an announcer.
Well, it's his first game.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm listening to the
breakdowns.
God, I love the way he just said that. Never thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know. He got hammered on like social media, and me and Hack watched the game. I didn't think it was.
I thought he was clunky, but I didn't think he was terrible.
But I heard like a couple like clips of him like breaking things down, and I mean, from a football fan, isn't that what you want to hear? I don't really care necessarily about how he flows in the broadcast.
Yeah,
I want to hear about what he's seeing on the field.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say Burkhart was teeing him up a little bit, and Tom was.
He'll get it.
And Tom was a little bit hesitant. It feels like Tom didn't want to really like step on his toes. Like they didn't have like the cadence together yet. Like so,
maybe didn't want to sound like Romo. Those little things that are going through. Remember Romo when he first started? They're like, stop telling us what's going on every play.
I know Tom could be in his head being like, shut up, don't give the play away.
Exactly, yeah. I agree totally.
Right, but all in all, I didn't think it was that bad. Like I enjoyed it.
Personality.
I'm interested to see him this year, how he develops as an announcer.
Did you listen to Belichick with
that I heard Belichick
great.
On some things. I didn't hear him with I don't know where you're talking about.
It's on the Manning cast.
Oh, I don't watch the Manning cast. I watch the real broadcast.
We just tuned in just
I never
for Bill.
do. I don't go on the Manning cast ever.
We normally don't either.
I usually watch because I like Buck and Aikman. I think they're good announcers.
So do I.
I don't do the Manning unless it's a blowout. I don't put it on the Manning.
I really like Buck and Aikman, but I really like Peyton and Eli and what they
do too. But I just don't. I see clips on social. I don't ever watch it.
Yeah, I'll never watch Peyton and Eli during an Eagles Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Like this Monday, there's no chance I'm listening to
What's
Peyton
the game
and Eli.
It's us. What am I talking about?
So there's no chance I'm listening to Peyton and Eli tonight. I'll listen to Buck and Aikman, but they had Belichick on. It was like a good back and forth because like. Him and Peyton battled for
Belichick
so long.
just dealing shit, and Eli stood there. I swear to God, he looked like Biden in the debate against Trump. He was in there with his big wide eyes, and he didn't say much. It was all the other two.
Well, he owned Belichick twice in those Super Bowls.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got a little
undefeated season.
Belichick's going to be on every week though on the Monday night, right?
I hope so.
I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
I think that was the deal. I think that's the deal. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't care about Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got it, but.
All right, guys. I do have a couple topics to talk about too. First one up here: WWE is looking to cut back on house shows. So WWE is cutting back their schedule, and they want to cut it back to 200 shows by 2025. And this is Mark Shapiro, who's the president of TKO. They ran 300 events in 2023, and they're looking to put on 250 shows this year and cut back close to 200 in 2025 for margin expansion. Basically, in the lingo, trying to make an increase in profit. So stop running some of these smaller spot shows and
no shit, they lose money on all them.
Well, they're making marginal money, and they want to make big money by charging a lot of money for pay-per-views and Raws and SmackDowns and NXT takeovers and things like that. So, Hack, I got to ask you about the business. Smart. It's changing because they used to be, your bread and butter was working the house shows, and now if you look at the two major wrestling companies...
Well, who's bread and butter?
For the boys, you make a lot of your money working the road.
I got you.
And nowadays, look, AEW does not run house shows, and WWE is scaling back big time. The majority of their house shows are going to be in these foreign markets, overseas in Europe, and tours like that.
You get paid huge money. You don't care about the gate. You don't they make $50 million every time they go to the AEW.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They pay them $50 million just to go there.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you go international, dude? It's just like the NFL's going, the NBA's going, and Oliver will tell me I'm an idiot now that there's no way there's going to be an NFL team in Europe in the next 5 years. There might be 2, there might be 3.
Well, you said years. Was it Germany? They said they had their largest grossing gate or whatever like that. So that's playing right into...
I got to ask you, though.
Yes, but you have to understand something, Ty. What it costs to get all your shit over there to do it.
The production element and all that, yeah.
Absolutely.
I got to ask you, though.
Do you think it's going to be... Sorry, Tosh. No. Do you think it's going to become more frequent that they would just keep shit?
Well, no, yes. When you're going over to Saudi and shit like that, there's no reason why they wouldn't have their equipment there all year so they don't have to ship it back and forth.
To what Ty said, I think keeping shit in terms of setting up a residency somewhere. Right. If you look at what UFC has with the Apex Center in Vegas, I can foresee them saying, hey, we're going to run all of our whatever show in a residency for 3 months. And do that. That way you don't have to take down the production thing every night. Well, and you have the ring up there. You don't have to worry about the lighting rigs and the screens and everything, because all that stuff costs a lot of production. Well, it's all going to be seasonal and
shit, right? Because whatever runs in those buildings, what also runs in those buildings overseas, I mean, I guess you can...
Tosh, are you talking about an actual venue?
Yeah, I think setting up a residency in Vegas is something they're going to consider doing.
The fucking Sphere.
Yeah. I mean, that's too much money, but...
I'm shocked they're not there. Oh, Saturday night.
They're losing money on that, by the way. They're losing money on that, by the way, on that Sphere show. Because the production of it is so big.
Yeah, Dana said, what, 16 mil or something?
Yeah, and the ticket... I actually saw that the resale market for the... So once the tickets went on sale... obviously, if it's a big event, ticket brokers will buy a ton of tickets, right? Thinking they're going to be able to sell them and make money. Well, they haven't been able to sell these UFC tickets, and the prices are dropping, and these brokers are going to lose like $10, $14, $15 million on what they bought. Because they thought
were they trying to sell a ticket for $18,000?
Yeah, they were trying to sell. They thought they were going to be able to sell tickets. Now you can get in for as cheap as $700.
It's a pay-per-view.
I know, but they thought you'd be able to get in. They thought it would be a huge show, and it.
Yeah, I know, but that's just ridiculous for that. That's just a major faux pas on their point because it's pay-per-view. Now, if it was a live show and you could only get it there and be there, you know what I mean, like a big old boxing match was before there was pay-per-view and closed circuit and all that. Yeah, but you can't get that now. People can spend $55.
Do you think the presentation of the Sphere outside keeps people away from wanting to get in or paying so much to wanting to get in?
I think the prices do. I mean, it's so much money. I mean, even to go to see a Dead and Company or U2 there or something,
you have to also understand that you're paying travel too, because people from Vegas ain't really from Vegas, except all the workers. You know what I mean?
It's a transplant city. People are coming in, tourists and stuff. Back to the WWE house shows, everybody cutting back on that. Do you think that's going to affect some of the lower card talent who just doesn't have the reps yet in the business? I know last week we were talking about Jade Cargill. I misspoke and said I don't think she has 50 matches. She has around 100 matches in the business. For somebody like her who doesn't have a ton of reps, do you think that would affect the fact that you're getting rid of those house shows? Do you think that kind of hurts some of the talent? I know you're getting more home time and everything, but working less versus working more as a wrestler, do you think it's better to work more?
Dude, you got to understand something. Some people get it, and some people... I had it, and I was oozing it 100 matches in. You know what I mean? I was only 15 matches in when I was working on top with Lawler in Memphis when he was teaching me everything. Another 85 matches, I was feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? And I was working maybe 3 times a month. I mean, because I get back from there, and then Todd starts to own the company a little bit later, like in the next year. But we're working like every other weekend or something like that. You know what I mean? Never 3 shows, maybe 2 shows. A lot of times just one the arena.
So you're getting 4 matches in a month.
Yeah, but at 100, I was feeling it.
Well, and WWE they're permanently moving the Performance Center to Vegas, are they not?
No, that didn't come through. No, I think it's up in the air. I don't think that's official.
And the one thing is, I don't care how many matches you could do in front of your teachers in a school.
It's not the same.
You need to be able to go out there in front of 60 people, pick somebody out, and work that lady for the whole match. If you're a heel, find the one person that's the biggest person that you think that everybody else will get behind too. And you choose that person. It's the little things. You know, those 50 matches with 150 people in the audience teaches you a hell of a lot. You don't think it is, but it's teaching you how to work a bigger crowd.
Right. And like some of these Performance Center wrestlers that you're seeing come up through WWE, it's like, yeah, you might have the routine of those 2 or 3 matches you can do, but in terms of calling it on the fly, feeling out the crowd, that element is going to go away if they're not working the house shows, these spot shows, these smaller towns. So I think it's good for the business, but I also think it's bad too.
Everything that I've seen that fight people do since they ran this company is pare down cost. How many people did they get rid of that Vince, because they said this person was doing this for fight and this person's doing it for Vince? Well, none of the fight people were going. All Vince's people were going. And the fight people were being put in. You know what I mean? So it's a cost measure. You got to understand, Vince was flying in 110 people there for every pay-per-view when I was there. That ain't happening no more, dude. There's 6 matches and there might be 22 people you're flying to England.
Yeah, and house shows might be like an antiquated old business thing. Like,
yes, I agree totally.
We're going to punt Poughkeepsie, New York. You're not going to see WWE anymore.
Albany.
Albany. Like these smaller towns, unfortunately. These smaller towns, unfortunately, for like fans out there, you might have to drive like a couple more hours just to go see WWE instead of them coming to your town once a year or twice a year. So it's kind of...
Who knows? Maybe they'll do something where they'll do an event there, but no wrestling.
What?
Like a signing event or something.
It's not the same as like going to a show, though.
I get it, but what I'm saying is, how do you reach all those little small towns?
I don't know. I mean, it's through Netflix and stuff, whatever they're going to be on. That's
going to be interesting.
But I'm talking about live wrestling. You know?
Yeah, to see how the numbers and everything like come across, and like you're saying, all those small towns that were capable of going to see a show, are, I don't know, people going to drive that extra.
I don't
know. You know, like it's going to be interesting to see like how that.
And I always loved going to house shows too, because on house shows they would have a different layout than the TV, obviously, right? But you would also see guys either trying gimmicks out or trying different things out that you wouldn't see.
It's more real.
Yeah, like it's organic. It's kind of different. Yeah. The house show stuff is, to me, I always enjoyed going to house shows either at the First Union or Wells Fargo, whatever you want to call it. And even if WWE wasn't that good at the time, I'd always like to go and see, like, oh, who's this guy coming up? Oh, he's in OVW.
Yeah, it just feels more authentic. Like, it feels like more real.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it does. Like,
yeah, you would see interesting matches, too, kind of on the house shows a bit, too.
And they're trying things that, like you said, like trying new gimmicks. They're doing things like it's not
house shows. If we want you to be a plumber, you don't know what the hell a plumber is, but go try this at this house show in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Work this craft here. Coco Beware. You better believe they didn't break out Coco Beware on TV or a pay-per-view.
Right, he worked for
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did a month of house shows to get that gimmick over. Get used to working with the bird and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you have a great point there.
No, I think it's different.
But if you think about it, what Ty was saying is, are people going to drive from Poughkeepsie to go to New York City? Now, think about this. It's you, your wife, 2 kids. You're going to drive how many hours? Who knows what time you're going to get home in the morning with your 2 freaking kids. You're going to park and tickets. Let's say it's a $750 night. You know what I mean?
On a Monday night.
Yeah. You can get freaking Peacock for how much a month and get every one of their pay-per-views, every one of their shows.
I know, but they're not going to have that live experience, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, they're not, but...
it's a greed factor too, because they're going to jam these ticket prices up, and it's
exactly because all those people are going to be coming from Scranton and from Harrisburg to Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So the tickets are going to get jacked up even more.
Yeah, that's just something interesting.
But it's a great business model on their part. Paring down all that extra office people and everything like that, paring down the shows is very obvious what they're doing. They're like making this company lean.
Yeah.
And the company was never lean, ever.
No, you could definitely tell that's what they're doing. But it's interesting stuff, so I want to get your take on that as that comes into fruition over the next couple of years. Hack, I know this was came out this week, was the PWI 500. Pro Wrestling Illustrated yearly since 1991 puts out a list of the top 500 wrestlers in the business. So I got to ask you, first of all, Hack, did the boys ever care about where they were ranked on the PWI 500?
Nah.
Okay, because I saw a couple.
Dude, Bill Apter did all 500.
Okay,
it was one man.
Okay, I'm glad you brought up Bill Apter, Hack.
It was one dude. He wrote all the magazines, The Wrestler, Wrestling Inside Wrestling, Wrestling Illustrated. He wrote every article, all of them. Maybe he had one other helper.
I don't think we've talked about this on the show yet before, Hack. I got to get your Bill Apter story.
All right. So, it's I'm not even in the business a year. I'm in the I started it at the school in like March. This is probably March, April, May. I don't even know if I didn't have my first match till June 9th. This is like 1990 or 1989. But I go to Apter's office, which was over by Sesame Place. What the frick, where RF Video is? Off of Route 1. So it wasn't too far from where Philly was. So, was it me and Todd, or I think it might have been me and Good. It was me and Goodhart still.
Okay.
So Goodhart's, trying to get exposure for TWA, and I'm one of his young new guys. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, "We're going to go do this interview at Apter's office," and I think it's the greatest thing that's ever going to happen.
Were you like a fan of the magazines as a kid and stuff?
What are you kidding me?
Of course you were. Yeah.
I would pay $1. Actually, John Ryan at one point. You know where the your buddy Delco Steaks is right now, right? On Westchester Pike Tie. That used to be a little ice cream parlor, like soda shop, you know what I mean? Where you go get a root beer float. And they would sell wrestling magazines there. And the lady that worked there, her name was Betsy Parker, it was called. So my one guy, John Ryan, that we went out and started a concrete company in Salt Lake City with, he would steal them from her. and they cost $1. He would steal them from her, and I would buy them from him for 50 cents.
There you go. Good business. Yeah, you're ratting them out.
Dude, we're in 7th grade here. Literally 7th grade. So, what was the story I was saying?
Apter.
Oh, yeah, So I'm all excited. So I go. I'm thinking this is office. I think I'm gonna walk into like Connecticut at like Stanford, fucking Vince and stuff. It was like in a little apartment building, and the office was like 10 by 10 with a bathroom. It was that small, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I find out that he writes this, and then my shit's blown in my head right here. I'm like, wait a minute. You're the only person that writes all these articles. He's like, yeah. I write every single thing that's in this magazine is me, and everybody has like a pen name. Like if for some people that don't know, like Samuel Clemens, that wasn't
Mark
his
Twain.
like real name. That's like Mark Twain. You know what I mean? So you have a pen name. So he would just have these fake names. Like we have a caller from where?
Kayfabe.
It's kind of like the same thing. So then he goes to me. I swear to God, I'm like, you have to understand something, the times that it was right then. So he tells me, everybody that comes into my office, we have to have an office wrestling match. Dude, and I'm like, what the frick is going on here? Does this guy want to touch me? Does he want to roll me up in a small package? And it was just so... And he
or a big package.
Yo.
Yeah, it was just so weird. Like after the interview, before he wouldn't let me leave unless we had an office match.
So who went over in the
Him,
office?
of course.
You put him over?
Of course I'm putting him over.
What was the finish?
I don't know. It was something stupid.
Did you both finish?
Like he hit me with some files or something.
Wow. All right. That's
Billy's great, dude. I love you, Billy.
All right, that's Bill Apter's.
But that was the start, dude. I was reading wrestling magazines in sixth grade in like 1976, 76, 77. I was reading wrestling magazines. Okay. I couldn't wait to get my hands on the next one.
All right, Hack, I got your performance in the PWI 500 over the years here. You ready for this?
I think, all right, I'm going to say the tops that I made was 88.
Wow. No, you did better than 88. All right, here we go.
Okay. He made the top 10?
No. Here we go. Okay, 1991, you were 433 out of 500.
Oh, that was my first year.
Yeah, first year in the business. You're in the top 500.
Yeah, so Bill's struggling for names here.
Yeah, Mr. Sandman in there, 433.
Clearly you didn't put him over good enough.
Yeah, you didn't do the job well enough. Number 92, you were 256. So you climbed the rankings a little bit in 92. 93, you were 161. 94, you were 160. And here's your big jump here. 95.
Well, I had a belt then. And maybe me and Scorp had the tag titles. Who knows?
Yeah, 95, you were up to 60. This was your peak, actually, in the PWI 500. 96, you were 65. 97, 69. 98, you fell down to 96. In 99, you were at 91, so that's your WCW year. 2000, you were at 86. 01, you're at 107. 02, you're at 172. 03, you're at 163.
All right, blah, blah, blah.
You were not ranked in 04 and 05. And then
you weren't even working. Yeah.
Well, you came back on the list.
I was like, I'm done with this.
You came back on the list in 06 at 150, and your last year on the list was 2007 at 186. So
thank you, Bill.
That was your performance over the years.
Damn, so when you were at 07, that wasn't even.
That was a WWE year.
Yeah,
that was like the first and you were still in like the 180s then? Jeez.
Yeah. Maybe if you had that tag run with Jim Duggan, you would have been higher.
Hey-o!
Yeah. Tough guy! They wanted him to use a fake 2x4. I'm like, nah, I can't be with that.
This year's list, though, the top 10 was Mystico at number 10.
Don't care.
Gunther, 9.
Oh, Jesus, he's going to give us the whole 10.
I am going to give you the 10. Why? You don't want the 10?
I want to hear it.
Number 8, John Moxley. MJF at 7. Damian Priest at 6. Naito at 5. Rollins at 4. Ospreay at 3. Swerve at 2. And Cody number 1.
The only one I disagree with is Moxley. I love Moxley, but it seems like he hasn't been around enough lately this year. We just saw he just came back like the other night, but it seems like he's been gone for like 3 or 4 months.
He was gone for a good portion there.
And he looks great now.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, last night he was jacked.
Well, this is a great transition because we are talking about AEW All Out this week here on the show. It was from the Now Arena outside of Chicago.
Is that the previous... Is that the United Center?
But it's not the United Center. It's a smaller building outside of Chicago.
Oh, all right. I didn't know if it just changed.
Which they're smart to run.
Yeah, I didn't know if it just changed names or whatever it was.
I think they've only ran the United Center like 2 or 3 times, and I know recently they've been having, they haven't been killing it at the box office in terms of like selling out.
I know they have.
So going to a smaller building is smart. They did have a crowd of 8,660, so a decent crowd there for the pay-per-view.
How many?
8,660.
That was it.
Pretty good. No, it's a pretty good house.
Louder.
Yeah. Oh, it sounded really loud in the building all night. The show started off with MJF taking on Daniel Garcia. So this was set up with MJF turning on Garcia a couple weeks back, and then Garcia making the run-in at All In, kind of costing MJF from using the brass knucks. Man, I thought for an opener, this was really awesome. I really, really liked this match. I thought they came out of it from the get-go and really, really just did a lot of really good work. I really liked pretty much the story of the match was Garcia looking for revenge, looking to break MJF's neck. I thought Garcia had a wave cap on at first, but he was selling the bottle attack that MJF hit him with wine from the week prior. And MJF was also selling the neck a lot in this match, selling the Tiger Driver that he took from Will Ospreay a couple weeks before. I really enjoyed this work. One of my notes that I have is I love that knee powerbomb that MJF does. That should be a finish. I love that move.
There's everything that should be a finish, but you got to get hit with 3 of them now.
Yeah, I know, but I love that knee powerbomb. I think it looks like $1 million. To me, that looks like a finisher.
I like the idea of it, but you can never hit it clean. You're going to destroy your knee.
That's true.
Or the guy's lower back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so tough to hit clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the idea of it, and I like the thought process of it, but, like, you can...
Well, doing that spot, it's not like... All right.
When you're powerbombing a guy on your knee.
When you're giving to a big guy, it's like a power bomb's like you're supposed to throw his ass down there, and it's your job to get his hips as low as his shoulders are, so his shoulders and his head don't take the freaking power bomb. So that's where you're supposed to do it, and you're supposed to throw him down. Now, if you're doing that spot, if you watch it, it's more elegant, kind of. If there's a way to say that there's elegance to it, he's not coming up so high over the top of your head, and you're whipping him onto the mat. You know what I mean? It's more of a.
It's a place move.
Yeah. Now, I thought they did a lot of really good work in this match. MJF bit him open, and Garcia was busted open at that point. They did a lot of roll-ups.
From the other side of his freaking head. And where was the cut from the night before or the week before?
He hit him with a bottle. I don't remember.
Dude, you get hit. First of all, you're not breaking. All right, here we go. Matt Bourne and Sabu. Matt Bourne was running a show somewhere up around like Penn State, Harrisburg. And Matt Bourne wanted to freaking have Sabu break Johnny Walker, but it wasn't Johnny Walker. It was one of those other ones.
Jim Beam, something like that.
Yeah, the Southern Comfort. Or whatever. Okay. He wanted him to break that over his head for the finish. Dude, you never heard something so sick in your life.
The thud.
Sabu freaking hit him, and it was just like doink, like a hollow sound. And the crowd didn't react at all. They went and did it again. Same sick sound, nothing. They went to 3 or 4 times, and then Sabu was like, fine, I had to freaking hit him with it. And then Sabu actually smashed it over his head, dude. But you don't understand how hard you got to hit somebody with a real liquor bottle.
Yeah, it's thick. Those are thick, especially depending on the liquor.
You knock somebody out. But Matt Bourne was another one of those crazy dudes. You know what I'm saying? Matt Bourne was crazy as I am.
Yeah, well.
But I've seen it happen with Cactus too. Cactus and Sabu also did
with the beer bottle.
Yeah. And that took 2 or 3 shots.
I remember that.
Because Sabu didn't hit him hard enough.
You got to swing a beer bottle pretty hard to break it.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I had a guy here from me to you and threw it in my forehead. And exploded on my forehead.
I thought they did a lot of really cool mat work. They were going back and forth with a lot of different submission moves. I know MJF. I've never really seen him bust out the Boston Crab.
I know, but who for what? Do you want a submission? All right, to me, I like the way they started out with. I always thought, and I thought right away that MJF had something in his tights, like a ring, brass knuckles, or whatever. Because with him, you got to look for those little things. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know. They went right to heat, which was great, which is where they should be. You know what I mean? But then,
Garcia jumped him right from the get-go.
But then when Garcia's like, why are you... He really... If there's a lot of heat on it and he wants to really beat the shit out of him, why is he putting him in a freaking stretcher?
Well, Garcia's a submission guy. I mean, maybe that's why.
Yeah, but I don't care. But he proved it, and then he went back to it that he really wasn't trying to submit the dude.
He was trying to pile drive him.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a tale of 2 different matches. I get it that you're going through a lot of stuff and you're out there and you're going through and you got to fill it up with something. You know what I mean? It can't be just like total like an ECW match. How long they go, Ollie? I was going to say like
23, 37.
That's a long opener.
Yeah, it was long.
But it was really good.
Yeah, yes. The people with it. And what else? Kick spot. Yeah, and I got for what at the end?
The finish sucked. I did not care for the finish at all.
I was like, what?
I didn't like the finish really
You just did all that, and then you gave me that as a finish?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Garcia hit him with a pile driver. MJF kicked out. He went for a top rope one. MJF got out of that. He went low behind the ref's back, and then he got like this flash jackknife pin on him.
That pissed me off so bad. I'm glad you wrote that, because I fucking I couldn't read it. The low blow? Are you kidding me? You're going to low blow and have the ref turn around and have that be your pin after 22 minutes of what you guys just did?
It was a shit finish. I did not care for the finish at all. I really did like the post-match.
It's just to extend the match, I think. To extend the feud.
Yeah, I mean, post-match, Max is selling everything, and he goes down on one knee, and he gives the hand. And Garcia, I hate stupid baby faces, so I like the fact that Garcia, even though he did shook the hand, he was there to catch the foot, and then he takes him out, low blows him, and then he gives him the top rope pile driver, which was awesome. I did like that. It gives some of the heat back to Garcia. I did see online that part of the booking for this match, Garcia has not yet re-signed, so they didn't want to put him over. But MJF was also going to be taking some time out, so they still wanted to do the top rope pile driver. So it's kind of like you get both.
Oh, that's why. All right, now I know what you're saying, because I'm like, that was what for what was. Why do you do that finish with the cheap fucking? You do all these stretch fucking moves. You do a ball shot while the ref's fucking head's turned. You do your finish, and then you let the kid kill you after that.
Yeah. So
I didn't understand that, and I hated it. But I understand it a little bit more now that you told me about the contract situation.
The politics of it, kind of. I think they do expect Garcia to re-sign, but he still hasn't yet as of this moment.
I can't see WWE even wanting him.
Oh, he's awesome. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
he's really good.
They got tons of dudes.
I know, but he's somebody different. Maybe he's an NXT guy, or I don't know. But Garcia is.
I always forget about that.
They would give him like 2 matches on Raw, then send him to NXT, where he'd be doing nothing.
Yeah, I love Garcia, but
just like they do with everybody.
And he's tough.
Not that I don't think he's good. I like him, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's just I think where he would fall, what WWE would do with him.
he doesn't strike me as a guy they would love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I love him in AEW.
Yeah.
But
So I hope he resigns.
he doesn't have a lot to him, though.
Well, I think he's getting there. I think he's getting there.
He needs more of a gimmick. You can't be that tiny and have no gimmick. Darby Allin's that small, but he's got a gimmick.
Yeah,
You know
absolutely.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he certainly does.
I don't care if the kid's a stretch artist or whatever, you know what I mean? But stretch artists aren't freaking like really artists now like a Dean Malenko was back in the day.
That's kind of
People
what I
don't
think
care.
it kind of is like with a little bit more of an edge. I really like this match. The
Well,
finish.
then how many people, then why doesn't anybody win in a freaking in a submission?
Well, I know what you're saying. He should win his match. He does win a lot of his matches by submission. He should win.
No, I meant the rest of the industry.
Oh, well.
Think about how often do you see a submission?
It's
1 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? But people don't care about that as much to me. If it's Kurt Angle kind of guy, yeah, I get it. But a little guy, 5'6", 160 pounds.
I like submission finishes. Like I think it gets a really good reaction
I
from
think
him
it would
sometimes.
work better for the business if there was such things.
Yeah, I agree.
If I'm
Absolutely.
watching Zack Sabre Jr., he can do a submission finish any day of the freaking
Yeah, exactly.
week for all I care.
I really like this match. The finish does take it down a notch for me. I'm going to go 4 stars on it. Ollie, what do you give it?
I'll give it 3.
Okay.
It was solid.
Hack?
3.9.
There we 3.9. Okay.
Just because of the two guys in the match deserve that. You know what I mean? Even though I didn't like the way the match went.
Yeah. Ty?
I'm giving it 1.5.
Wow.
I
1.5.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it was MJF's worst match in a very long time. I really like Daniel Garcia's selling in the beginning. He looked great being dead. He was
Ragdoll.
like his facials, everything like that. He was like super dead. I thought his selling in the match
But
was.
then the next thing you know, he's on the top fucking rope doing a move.
Well, I'm getting to that. Garcia goes to give MJF a power bomb, and he can't lift him up for a power bomb because of his neck. He sells his neck, and then the very next move is MJF getting up on the middle rope and giving him a Canadian destroyer, and then he kicks out. So if you can't give a guy a power bomb because your neck's hurting, and then you take a Canadian destroyer off from the top rope onto your neck, and then you kick out of it, I can't. That's.
And then don't go selling your neck again.
And you're working your neck, and MJF's working his neck the entire match, but you're continuously doing moves, dude. If you have a hurt neck, you have a hurt neck. You cannot do any. You couldn't do a power bomb, and then you're taking a Canadian destroyer and then kicking out, and then doing all these things after that. I thought the philosophy and the optics of the match were really bad, and to me it didn't have any flow, and I thought it was one of MJF's worst, not worst matches, but it didn't have it for me, and that's just me personally.
I disagree. I really liked it a lot.
Dude, and now that because we all watched it together, and this might be the first pay-per-view that all three of us watched actually together.
Yeah,
like sitting there and watching it, and I'm taking my notes, and but Ty's totally right. When both of them are working their neck, they do a couple moves. And then they decide, oh, wow, let me go back to my neck.
Now's the time to sell your neck, and then you go off and do all these other moves, and you're preventing yourself from doing a move because your neck hurts, but then you do 15 more minutes. Like, I don't know. I can't get with the philosophy of that.
No, I guess I chalk it up to wrestling, like a selective selling. And
I know, but dude, you're part of the media right now. You need to be a little bit more freaking discerning in your point rating system.
My thing is, did the crowd like it too? The crowd was with it all the way.
Yeah,
the crowd was with it all the way.
Dude.
The crowd was with it all the way. The crowd.
Okay, but if that's your diagnosis of what a 5-star match is,
it's both.
Then
it's
you
everything.
don't need to be here in this room.
It's everything.
I mean, you gave it a 3.9.
Yeah, you like it too.
Because
You're a hair under me.
MJF. I didn't like it. I said I have to give it that.
You're a hair under me.
The people that are in it.
You're a hair under me. So don't rip my ratings when you're right there with me. It's not like you totally disagreed. We're all gonna have disagreements.
Everybody knows my point ratings mean nothing. It's how I feel that second. You know what I mean?
They mean something.
I have a hard time giving MJF something less than a 4. We're going 22 minutes.
No, but I can because I expect more from him.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think it was the other. MJF's not a spotter. To me, he's not a spotter.
No, he's not. I expected flow, and I expect
there was no flow to the match.
No, there was no flow to the match to me.
I thought there was flow in the match.
For me. That's
Up next on the show was the AEW World Tag Team title match between the Young Bucks and Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. So this, again, this is like the Young Bucks never have a bad match, but we talked about this last week with All In. I just find them to be incredibly stale at the moment, so it kind of takes me away from their work, even though their work is like still really good. And Claudio is like one of the best tag workers ever. I love him. And when he makes a comeback in a tag match and he goes on his run of offense and the giant swing and the uppercuts and on the outside and everything, it's always money. So like the work in this match wasn't bad or anything. I don't know. I'm like really out on the Young Bucks right now. Ollie, what did you think of the match?
I mean, the work like that was done in it is good, and like the workers are good. But to me, I'm not invested in either tag team.
Yeah,
so,
well, Claudio and Wheeler's a makeshift one.
Yeah, so like it really doesn't like hit like home like for me as a fan. And like I love the Young Bucks, but I mean, as you said, like the whole EVP thing's kind of just like, all right, we get it. Like, do something else now. But I mean, the work in the match was fine. It wasn't the best thing, but
yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you on it. So, Ty, what did you think of the match?
It was fine. It was what I expected from them. Nothing stood out. Like Oliver said, I'm not really invested in either of the two. They did what I kind of expected them to do. I'm not the biggest Wheeler Yuta fan. I don't know what it is about him. I'm just nothing about him just really appeases me. So, not to say that he can't do good work, but Claudio's awesome. I mean, and the Young Bucks are awesome, but it was just kind of stale. That's all.
Yeah, I thought Wheeler's best work was actually later in the show, which we'll get to. But
well, to me, I was just happy the FTR wasn't in that match because I'm so used to seeing those two teams and FTR.
I don't need to see them again in the ring for a while.
Don't need to see that at all. But the match, and if you notice, the match started real slow. It wasn't a usual, because those guys have done all the gazillions of spots. They still ended up doing a lot of spots, but the first couple minutes were slow.
Oh, I loved the.
I love everything about the match. I'm just not invested in either team personally.
Right, like the work in this match. There's no. I don't really have an issue with any of the work in the match. It's just the Young Bucks to me, and I hope they elevate some more tag teams in this division, because I know I said this when we reviewed All In. When AEW first started, they were really saying like, yeah, we're going to be where tag team wrestling's back, and it's like, well,
and it was.
And it was with them, the Lucha Bros, and then FTR involved, and the Acclaimed, and then Keith Lee and Swerve, and Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy. I mean, there was a lot of cool tag team stuff there. They got to rebuild their tag team division, and I'm hoping that this is part of it.
The thing is, they have a lot of tag teams, but it's all 6-man bullshit.
I was just going to say,
it's all 3-way bullshit, 4-way bullshit.
They're muddling the waters with 2-man tags and 3-man tags, and I feel like they're having a problem with having both divisions, like trios tags and double tags. They moved a lot of their double tags to trio like Acclaimed. Then you added Billy Gunn, and then you have.
Well, look at Claudio right now.
Well, yeah, and then you have the Gun Club, and then you add Jay White and Juice.
Claudio's
or whatever.
a 6-man champ right now, and Yuta and Pac. Like,
right? Why
are you going for the tag titles when you're 2/3 of the tag?
Are they AEW trios?
Yeah.
champions?
Yeah, they won it all in. Remember?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the ladder match.
Right.
Is Ring of Honor Trios Champions a thing?
It is again. Yes.
At the moment,
they split those belts again, and now that's. I want to say it's
Guevara?
No, it's. I think it's Dustin and the Von Erichs are the six-man tag for Ring of Honor right now. Yeah.
All right, so I feel like they're muddling the waters with that, and
you shouldn't have two six-man tag titles.
And the only
I think the whole. It's great that Tony wanted to like buy Ring of Honor and keep it like a thing or whatever, but that needs to go.
Well, it needs to be separate.
It's stupid that there's 97 belts on any pay-per-view. Every single match, somebody comes out with a belt.
I just don't know if you have guys who are already champions, right? And I get there's guys in UFC who are like, oh, I'm going to go fight for a second division title. But like in wrestling, like if I'm already the six-man tag champions, why are we fighting for the tag team titles too?
Dude,
like it's just...
okay, see, now to me, I disagree with you there. Why not dominate the whole genre?
Well, okay, all right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If
they want to make a group strong, like, you know who could have done it? Freaking Mommy and her group could have done it 6 months ago. They could have done the six-man tag with those guys and the other with Priest and the other two guys having the other tag thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With Dom on the side and her on the side, they could have got away with that.
Okay.
And I would have liked it because they were obviously the strongest group, you know what I mean? But then you put them in another stratosphere, you give them those belts. Six-man and the tags.
And the best...
It seemed like they had other belts besides that anyway.
Yeah. The best thing about the whole match, I thought, was the spread leg ball spot.
I like that. I like that too. Yeah, that was a good spot.
That was the best part.
That was a good spot.
Oh, what, the 10 of them?
Where they did the spread ball spot and then tag him back in, and then yank his leg, spread ball spot, spread ball spot.
Yeah, I like that, and we'll talk about it in a later match with a same kind of thing happening.
Okay.
And it's like if you're gonna do that,
and I like that too, though.
It's
you
almost
can't do the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the first 5 minutes was like haha. And then, you guys, I think I got it down here, 3 to 4 new spots that I've never seen those guys do before.
Really?
There was 3 to 4 spots.
Microphone.
There was 3 to 4 spots that I was like, whoa, never seen that before. Well, not necessarily in that order from those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There was a couple little twists that made me a little bit more interested in the match.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be super down. Like to me, I
didn't care though who won.
Yeah, like I'll give my
Not
star.
at all.
I'll give my star rating. To me, it's a straight 3-star, but it could almost be a 2.5 for me, just because I'm not invested. Like you're saying, I'm really not invested in who's going to win the match. I do think that the Young Bucks going in, I was like, this is a foregone conclusion. They're going to win this match.
Ty, what was the thing that we came up with out of the swing? Dude, we both love the swing. The swing's like the greatest move of the whole match.
I think the swing pops any crowd,
and when you do it 20
anytime.
times, where he's got to be selling it coming out of the swing.
Ty had brought up like Claudio, like coming up and being dizzy out of the swing, and I had mentioned somebody actually doing it to him and them being the ones that are dizzy out of it because they don't do the move.
And he no-sells it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be an awesome spot. That would be great.
But I'm also like, you got to have somebody big enough to swing his ass around.
Yeah. I think he's easy to swing a Young Bucks around.
This. They do the fucking swing. Claudio does it for like 30, whatever, and they count every single freaking one, and they're right on. You know what I mean? Because I'm listening, I'm like, they count, because sometimes the crowd counts a little bit too fast, and it's not a whole one. But Claudio sells it, falls over the guy, and gets schoolboyed by the guy that he just gave the swing to.
That would be a perfect finish. That would be a great finish. I once
Out of nowhere, nobody in the place, and you can do it as a great false even.
Yeah, totally. He's so strong. Like he does that deadlift suplex too. I once saw him,
dude, he's a wire.
I once saw him do a vertical suplex. He held the guy up in Ring of Honor for like 160 seconds. The crowd counted along for it. It was awesome. It
was a quick count.
He's a great wrestler. Again, the match didn't really do it for me that much, and I hope that they find some new tag teams, get some people involved. I know the Outrunners they're getting over.
The Bucks are squashing it all, dude. If those guys really wanted to do, all right, listen, they're both great, and you know what I mean, and have accomplished more than I have ever in the business. But guys, get some other people up there. They don't need to be in there. I'm sure they don't need the money.
Yeah. I don't think of them as selfish dudes because I think it was maybe the second Dynamite or the first Dynamite. They lost to Private Party because they wanted to put Private Party on the map and lose a match like that. And it was almost too early for them to be putting over a new talent like that. Now is the time for them
to shove.
Yeah,
I think now is the time for them to put over a young tag team like a Top Flight
Absolutely.
or like a something like that, and you put the belts on them and you make everybody else chase.
And you go bye-bye.
You put them
and
over
then
strong.
you just go bye-bye.
Right.
And take 6 months off.
Right.
And then you come back stronger than ever.
Yes.
Well, it's like we were talking. I mean, there is nobody.
Well, I mean, I like Top Flight. Top Flight's a great example.
It's a good example. Yeah,
I'm not saying exactly them. I'm just saying somebody completely unexpected.
Somebody. I mean, Ospreay and Fletcher are going to be challenging the Menard Thrash as like a makeshift team.
Well, that's freaking... You know the finish of that. Well, not the exact finish, but Ospreay ain't winning.
No, I think Fletcher takes the loss and then maybe turns on Ospreay. I would say that's probably the booking. I don't know. That's my guess. But what do you give the match, Ollie?
2.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Hack?
What match were we talking about?
The Young Bucks and Claudio Wheeler Yuta.
Monkey banging symbols,
I love
people.
Claudio. I agree with Ty that the other guy really doesn't do it for me, but I'm not so sure why. You know what I mean?
Neither am I. It just doesn't.
It's like he's a good worker, but it's like, what's the character?
Well,
Well,
I
they
think
don't seem like partners.
I'll get to him
really.
later. Yeah.
Like, well, for who? For what? Why are you two together?
He joined the
because they're part of the Combat Club with Moxley and all that. But yeah.
And it's like we've seen him have great work, like the match with him and Moxley that they had before.
Awesome.
Philly
guy,
it's just
too.
the characters.
Local guy.
Like, what is the character?
Maybe he's not a tag. You know, I don't know.
what do you give it, Hack? What was your rating?
Shit. What are we talking
I already forgot it.
Young Bucks, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio.
3.
3? Ty?
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5. Okay. Yeah, we're all like right around the same page here for that one. Up next on the show was the AEW International Title match between Will Ospreay and Pac. Man,
Ty smartened me up before this happened because I was like, you know what? I don't know about this freaking dude, or maybe it was Ollie.
It was Pac he was talking about because Hack had really not seen him. Hack hasn't really seen him like
one-on-one. He's always in these 6-mans, fucking all the time.
Know what level he can get to.
So, I had no idea.
So Hack's like, and Ty's like, you're gonna be impressed. Just watch.
Okay, this is I guess Pac is so fucking awesome. I wish that they would push him up into the main events as a singles because he is this talented. And like when he went to AEW, like I was like hopeful because he was one of those guys where you're like, WWE's never going to put the rocket on that guy for whatever reason. You know, like maybe he's too small. He doesn't have
where is he from?
No, and not with the name
he's
like
from Scotland.
Neville.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so, they already have their Scottish dude.
Drew Mack, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need two of them.
I don't think Drew Mack was even in the company still at the time then, but whatever. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying.
The work in this match, we say it all the time. Will Ospreay, it's like the standard that he is setting out there. It is like I can't even we talk about this for these pay-per-views. It's like, how does he continue to follow this? Is this one of the best years a wrestler's ever had?
Well, you can. The only way you can, but the only way to follow it is getting in the ring with Okada. Or freaking, who's the other guy
Omega.
Takeshi. Again.
Yeah.
Which I think we'll see
That's
soon.
the only way to get it better is to go against guys that are right below him, maybe.
Well, and also I think too, really branching out and going against guys with different styles. And I think that can definitely help him in AEW. I mean, I know they're pushing towards him in the Ricochet match.
Right.
Soon, which obviously everybody wants to see.
In the what match?
Ricochet.
Him and Ricochet.
They're teasing that coming
Oh,
soon.
see, I don't want to see that at all.
You don't want to see that at all?
Because I just saw a better... I don't think Ricochet could give as good as match as I just saw there.
With Pac.
Yeah. I just don't believe that.
I don't know.
I think that's like
Ricochet's
apples and
freaking awesome.
I think that's apples and oranges. That's a preference thing.
Yeah, but I don't. I think the style, for some reason, I don't feel that those two are going to fit together as the match that I just saw.
Well, they've had really, really great matches before a couple years ago. So I don't know.
Pretty goddamn good match.
Man, that match, the crowd from the start was just unglued. And one of the things I loved is Pac just taking the powder out of the ring. for that. I love that because it's like,
yeah, he's like, no, we're gonna calm it down here a second.
That to me was like, all right, this match is already getting off onto a good foot there.
I actually wanted him to do it again.
Yeah, it's a really
I actually wanted him to do
like
it
a Larry Zbyszko stall.
Yeah, I actually wanted him to do it a second time, but yeah, it was great.
Oh, the other point, I think that what we're seeing is with Ospreay, like everybody on this card knows that Ospreay and Pac are going to tear the house down, right? They're going to steal the show.
No doubt.
I would say this to Sabu all the time. We're the main event. I'm like, let's go out and steal this fucking show, dude. I say it with Van Dam, anybody, Raven. You know, that's just what you do, and that's just what you want to do. So I think that directly reflects why we see a 22-minute MJF match, why we see Daniel O'Brien's matches going so long. But what I'm just saying is, I think it's the card is following. The top is the top of the top, dude. I got to do something to be remembered on this show because these dudes are going to tear the house down.
Absolutely,
that's it.
We'll get to that.
If you want to be remembered on the show, go a little shorter and shock somebody with your finish.
Oh, I like that too. Something different.
Great point.
You're not going to be able to top the work. You got to top something else and do something else. I like that, and we'll talk about that more in a minute when we finish talking about this match because I think they really did follow it next on the show. But this match, man, though, I like. If you had to rank this on what we've seen this year with Ospreay, would you say this was better than Takeshita? Was this better than the MJF? Like, was this better than the Bryan match?
Wait a minute. Let's talk about they pulled a nice audible in the beginning. I just put audible, but I don't remember exactly.
Was that Pac leaving the ring? Is that what we're just talking about? No?
Nah, there was a top rope audible that got screwed up.
It was when... I believe it is when... They were on the outside, and Pac shot Ospreay.
Brought him down with the brainbuster?
When Pac shot Ospreay into the guardrail, and Ospreay jumped on the guardrail,
that's what it was. And he fell down. He didn't catch it. He was supposed to do the jump and then the moonsault, but then he hit him with
he fell and he
fell and he came back on the other side and hit him with the elbow.
Yeah. Great audible right there.
And then went up and jumped on the guardrail himself and then hit him.
And the average person wouldn't even freaking, like your average wrestling fan, wouldn't even notice that whatsoever. What else I got here? Oh, the corkscrew kick and the apron Tazplex and the next spot after that.
The corkscrew kick is when Ospreay does like the handstand against, when he gets shot into the ropes
and then he does the back. And the camera cut was so perfect for anybody who's listening when we talk about not putting your hands up and trusting the dude to put it right where he needs to.
It didn't even
to make it look just as good as it needs to.
It looked phenomenal, and Ospreay did not even touch him.
You could tell. His fucking knee down is so loose.
He shaved his face with the kick, like just a kiss. Like he shaved his face with it. Like, dude, he put it right there. And the whole match, Pac didn't put his hand up one time.
No, one time.
No. And Ospreay, and that's how good of a seller Pac is, and that's how good Ospreay is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we talk. Like, dude, you don't need to put your hand up,
I know,
man.
and it's like, listen, sometimes you're going to get caught. And, like, it is what it is. But that's what comes with the business.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's your fault. You know?
And sometimes it's just an accident.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, if you know the kick is coming to your left-hand side,
you roll with it.
You don't want to do as imagine if you're me in the ring as a wrestler and the kick and a big kick is coming to the left side of your jaw. Instead of putting your hand up, turn your head to the right so the guy can't break your jaw with it. All right, you might get stiffed in the neck and the back of the head a little bit, but you're not going to get your jaw broken.
Right.
You're not going to get your nose broken. You know what I mean? You just hold on.
Yeah.
That and you can also put your hand out straight and feel his body. So when you
on that corkscrew, I'm talking about it strictly on that corkscrew. There's no hand helping you.
No, there's tough, but that's timing. That's wrestling. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, they did so many insane things here. Apron bumps. They did
what was the next
the reverse Stormbreaker,
dude,
on
the Hurricane Rana, the Poison Rana, reversing the Stormbreaker in the air. I don't know how he hit it.
Yeah,
like it didn't get me as a near fall because I never thought Pac was going to win this match, but I was like, holy fuck, that'd be a great finish,
dude.
That could have been a finish, and the place would have went nuts if that was the finish.
That looked brutal.
And then they did another 5 minutes after that,
and the suplex Tazplex
On the apron?
On the apron, too. Like, dude, both of them, it's like, dude.
How about...
Dude, that suplex tags. What was the spot after that?
The German. He did the German and then the Poison Rana.
Like the reverse Hurricane Rana hack, where he jumps on him like from the backside and like Hurricane Rana.
Insane. The finish, when they get up to the top rope and then he goes for the Poison Rana up the top and Ospreay lands on his feet there. And the crowd is on their feet at that point. Ospreay hitting that spot that deep in that match. Can you imagine if he stumbled there or whatever? You
could stumble forward, not backward. You know what I'm saying? Right. When he lands, you could stumble forward a hair, but you stumble backwards.
But he hits it perfect. Animal. And he's 20-some minutes deep in the match at this point.
I didn't think he was doing that. I did not think he was landing on his feet there.
Okay, I kind of knew he was because
he's Ospreay. Everything's accounted.
Because I know he can do that.
Yeah.
I've seen him.
I thought he was taking a bump.
And then Pac, when he turns around and he gets hit in the face with the hidden blade, and then I thought that was the finish right there, did I. But then again, it's an Ospreay match, so whatever you think is the finish, it's not that finish. It's the next. Go 7 more down the road because that's when the actual finish is.
Sounds like me and Raven.
And I like the moonsault. Ospreay catches him into the tornado DDT.
That was awesome. Pac takes the best DDT in the business, I think.
Yeah,
the way he gets
it's really, really good.
Like I remember
him and Omega do a great job both.
Yeah, I remember RVD used to take great DDTs. Pac takes a DDT perfect, man. I mean, absolutely perfect the way he sells that,
dude. And the way they did that, and they're always in the right position.
Always.
Even after you hit a big move, they're in perfect position for the next thing.
It's like Ospreay reverses the move in the middle of the ring, then goes off the rope for the cutter, and Pac's just right there. But he's selling into the spot. You're not walking into the spot. You're selling into the spot.
The timing is great. Like on the Os cutter that he finally hit when I forget what move he hit on Pac, and Pac's selling, and he stumbles right to the middle of the ring, and he finally hits him with the Os cutter.
It's not like, I got to take a step over because I got to get there.
I'm standing there waiting for him.
Which is literally 75% of the people in the business.
Yes.
But the one, when Pac was outside, the cameraman was in a direct angle for Ospreay to go do this leaping, tumbling
to do the backflip over the rope.
And Pac, the camera, he must have just pushed the cameraman out. But he got into the spot and made a great catch, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But it was very obvious he pushed the cameraman out of the fucking way.
Oh, Pac made a great catch, one of the, early in the match, and he stepped to the right and caught him. And what I really liked that, we're beyond now, but the opening spot of the match when Pac threw Ospreay out and hit him with his, whirling dervish, corkscrew or whatever.
2.5 twist.
Which is completely diver-esque.
Which is like a 3.9.
I don't know. It's amazing.
And then he threw Ospreay in, and then something happened, and then Pac ended up on the outside of the ring, and Ospreay got up and did his whirling dervish. That was okay, you're going to do me one, I'm going to do you one. That was a great opening spot that you don't really see.
Dude, this was just absolutely incredible. You're watching two masters at work, and if you don't give this 5 stars, I don't know if you know wrestling. This is a 5-star for me, easy, no brainer.
5.
5. Hack.
13
stars.
You didn't give it a 5. You gotta get out, dude.
No, yeah, that's right.
Dude, that was a freaking 13-star match. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, I know.
I was watching an All Japan and New Japan match, honestly.
So, you're saying that,
that match was unbelievable.
You're saying that, you put it up there with, All Japan, New Japan stuff.
That's like Antonio Inoki against, who's the guy that wears the green?
You're talking about the...
in Japan. The guy
Misawa.
Yeah, that's like an Inoki Misawa match.
This is the level that Ospreay is on right now.
I know, but they used to, dude, I don't know how to explain it. That how the business has changed so much. I'm not saying that Inoki and Misawa did the spots that they're doing, but what they were doing back in the day was equal to what these guys are doing today. Nobody was doing triple Lindy's off the top rope like that dude does.
Right.
He was a diver or a gymnast. Do you know his history?
Who? Ospreay?
Pac. He's talking about Pac.
No, I don't know where he comes from.
Somebody
sports
find out
background.
that because he had to have been a gymnast or a diver because you just don't know that shit.
Yeah.
And Ospreay's putting together a string of just 5-star bangers, and it doesn't matter who he's with and what style he's working, because he's working every single style that you could possibly be in, and everybody seems to be on point with everything that he's doing, and he's on point with everything they're doing. So clearly, it's got to be him. Not that it's not.
I think people are working his style.
They're working the Osprey.
But I think
Osprey is running that shit. Dude.
No, but I think when Osprey went against MJF, I thought Osprey worked MJF style.
You slow it down a little.
Yeah. But MJF still brought his game up, I thought.
Well, Osprey brought MJF's game up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, which is what I'm saying. Like, Osprey's bringing everybody's game up.
That's what a great worker does.
Right.
You get the best out of a guy.
And he's still adaptable to everything that MJF did, the stupid heel shit, like all that.
That's true.
And Osprey didn't skip a beat.
No, not at all.
He's right there for everything. So, dude, he's on a run.
I actually looked
ridiculous.
up last year's list. He was Osprey was 17 on last year's list, and he's jumped to 3 this year.
Well, he should be number 1 next year.
What's this?
The PWI 500.
I mean, me personally, he's number 1.
He's the best in the business right now.
Yeah, easily.
And
Who's above him?
Swerve and Cody.
All right, well, Swerve just lost his last 2 matches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the year that Swerve's had, I think he's rightfully in the top 3.
Yeah, but I know, but rightfully in the top 3 is how many defenses did he really have?
He had like 4.
I know, so you know what I mean?
I think it's more about his run to the championship.
I agree there. I just think because Swerve's a heavyweight champion, that gives it a little bit more credence. But
he did have the Osprey win, Swerve. I mean, that was big for him.
Swerve for a minute there was putting on Swerve for a minute there was putting on like banger after banger, Swerve was
everyone on social media doing the not
including Hack.
That's right. No, man, the run that Osprey is on right now, it is a historic run. I cannot wait to see what's next.
And he deserves it.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
unbelievable.
The kid's easily the best in the business right now, barring Randy, nobody.
Even
Randy?
No.
Yes. Listen, breaking news. Hack has said the king is dethroned. There is a new best in the business, and it's Will
I just said right now. Let's see till Randy wins something.
Okay, all right.
My man.
That's his. Yeah, that's.
Oh no, but seriously, dude, you'd be ridiculous to say otherwise.
Right.
I know maybe there's somebody that, and I don't watch it enough, like the Japanese stuff that we have on our shit. Right. You know, is there somebody as good as him there now?
It's not at the level it was like 8 years ago, where it was big and everything. But
God,
so it's like, I don't know, man. It's just an incredible run that he's on right now.
He's the best on the planet.
I can't wait to see what he does next, and I cannot wait to see the next pay-per-view match that he's doing.
Dude, are you tired of seeing all these people with their freaking this tape all over their body?
The kinesiology tape.
Hack was talking about that.
You know what I don't like about it? I think guys are doing it now. Like, you know how a guy would have like his ribs taped with like that stuff?
The old school days.
Yeah, and you do it just to like, that's where you're selling.
So I feel like it was genuine in the beginning, but now people are using it as a gimmick, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I think it's both. I think guys actually, because you do use it as an athlete. You see it in sports where guys use that tape.
I know. I said that exact thing to Ty. I'm like, well, damn, I can't poo-poo it totally because pro athletes are wearing this shit. They got the best trainers.
But I don't want it to be a crutch where guys are like, oh, he powerbombed me last week.
Their whole back was freaking taped up.
Yeah, it's like if you're taking the Tiger Driver, fine.
Right.
And like
kinesiology tape for the next month.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right.
Normal power driver, you better not be wearing that shit next week.
No, but that's the thing. I feel like guys actually use it for a reason, which I don't even know what the hell it does.
I'm not sure.
Could somebody please do a hack check? And it's not
kinesiology tape, right?
Oh, there was another name.
I
thought it began with an M. I don't know, and I think I read about it freaking in the last 2 days. I might have Googled it that night.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Somebody will tell us.
Yeah, somebody figure out if that shit's for real.
I'm sure we got a doctor who's listening.
There's definitely doctors out there listening to the show.
Doctor in the house?
Yeah. Speaking of
can you send me some Viagra?
Relax, Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. Yo, are you guys... Listen, I put this out on Twitter. Are you guys surprised he didn't neigh like a horse in that video? I was...
He almost
seriously.
I think he had the goat mask on.
Yeah.
Well, he was sitting there. He was like,
yeah. Yo, Shannon. Yo, Unk.
Somebody said they should change his pod from
nightcap to nightclap.
Yeah.
I like that too. Speaking of kinesiology
Texas
tape,
State?
the Chicago street fight was next. So, okay. I think, as what we were just saying for the last 15 minutes, there is no tougher task than following a Will Ospreay match on a pay-per-view.
I would love it.
And you would love the challenge.
Yeah.
Well, guess
absolutely.
what? I think these two women absolutely delivered.
Are you kidding me? Dude, all of us feel the same way.
I love this match.
Yeah, I love
it might be my women's match of the year so far.
It 100%
This match was incredible.
I think it might be the best match I've seen that's like followed a bit, like that's had to follow a big match like that.
Just knocked
The
it out of the
girls
park.
knew it, and they went out there beating the shit out of each other, saying, "Hey, this is our spot." Everybody thinks this is popcorn,
Right,
So
no.
just so you know, people, popcorn is like this is a match that you go to the bathroom on, like a women's tag match or
You go
something
get
like
popcorn.
that. You know what I'm saying? So back in the day, it always used to be like right after intermission, or right before intermission was popcorn. But these girls went out there and killed each other.
They did all.
It was stiff. It was great.
I loved it. I love Stokely coming out in the belly shirt with the RIP New Jack chair. I popped so hard I love when Stat.
Ty said that. He goes, "Does that chair say something?"
It says
New Jack?" I'm
RIP
"What?"
New Jack on the
but
chair.
then were they turning it over all the time so you couldn't read it again? Because they went to a spot on the outside. The girl went to do it. Me and Ty were like, they ain't doing that spot on the chair because the chair's upside down. You never got to read the fucking.
They might
New
have had
Jack
a different
thing
chair
again.
involved then.
Huh?
They might have had a different chair involved then at the point of the match.
It was the same chair. It was the same chair.
I think it might have just been happenstance that
Yeah,
it was sitting
that's
that way,
kinda what
and
I
I think because I don't think they were going to do the move no matter what, if the chair was there or not.
I love this match. Like you said, they beat the shit out of each other. They came out. They're having a feud, right?
Yeah, what about Willow in honor of Zempic or Wegovy or whatever,
Jesus
dude?
Christ.
But do you know? Take a picture of her from 3 months ago, and
She's
I've been
a little
thinking
leaner.
about, dude, they're making her so much more cute.
Well, she always was cute, but she lost weight.
No, but look at the outfit that she was wearing to the outfit. She was like, it was like a difference with Chastity in
She
WCW.
wore the outfit she was wearing because of the match she was having.
Yeah, with the
No,
pants.
but they-
You like
no,
the pants?
with the pink and blue hair, with the pink lipstick.
You'll see it again her next match.
Oh, I know, but they've been making her good looking in the last couple months.
She always was good looking.
No, her outfits.
Okay, you like her
telling-
gear better.
Yes, well, yes, they've been changing her up to be good looking, and she's losing weight. I'm sure it was exactly
And
planned.
it's also a product from going from spandex to something that looks a little bit more.
But remember, she used to have like, the
Casual.
big weightlifting bra thing.
Yeah,
and
she
the
had the-
tights,
yeah, she had the
you know,
tights,
with the
yeah.
stockings underneath.
Yeah.
She ain't wearing that shit anymore.
No.
I don't care about what match it was or not.
Well, I think
they're
it's 'cause-
shooting her up totally.
Well,
And she's a badass.
she is. and
Which in Japan she was a badass. In Mexico she was a badass. Here she's a badass.
I saw an interview that she had on social media this week, and she was talking about how Mick Foley's influenced her career. And she was saying how Mick Foley, the fact that he could be able to do comedy as a comedy babyface character, but then also do like this really serious style wrestling when called upon. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy, because that match she just had, like, Willow comes out and she's got like the Bailey thing, you know, she's getting the crowd up, she's smiling, whatever. But then to come out and do a match like this from the go, they were just brawling. And I absolutely, like, the work in this match was so good.
And they were laying it in.
And the spots were smart. Every spot was smart. When they did the barricade spot, and we've talked about barricade spots are maybe the most blasé spot in the business. Well, the way to
I
do
actually
it,
loved it because
the
we
way to
hadn't
do it
seen
is
it
make
in
it-
AEW yet.
the way to do it is make it look like that. Look like a car crash when she
And
ran
nobody
into
expected
her.
it.
No, she comes around there and it looks like a car hit her. Like, that's how you do that spot.
Uh-huh.
That's how you do that and make me interested in it. They got the
Shit out of nowhere.
Yes.
Like the tables
Yeah,
at
it's
the
not,
end.
oh, I'm going
Chaos.
to sit here and sell and stand up in front of the apron and you're going to run from 25 yards away and
Right.
I'm going to see you the whole time
Yeah,
and
and
let you spear me through the
Spin around and do something.
In WWE, if somebody's next to that barricade, next to the announcer's table, we know that spot's coming.
yes.
Like we 100%
Oh, you
know
see
that's
it.
coming from
It's
a
so
mile away.
telegraphed.
If you
Yeah.
even get a dude, they did such a great job of. It was one after it. Like there was no lull.
None.
There like
What
it was.
happened on stage? I'm trying to remember. Once
They
they got up to
it
the
was the
stage.
spear off the stage.
Well, before
and the
that-
I remember
tables.
that.
Before
Before
that-
before that.
Before that,
She missed the trash can on the.
Yeah, she did on the suplex, which
Yeah.
actually
Oh,
hurt
that's
her.
right.
Which they didn't account for this kind of surface.
True.
That the entrance
which
is
is
on. and
fine.
It's gonna
It doesn't-
move.
that don't matter.
I mean, either way, you're still getting body slam.
Yeah,
on
Statlander
the
yelled for Stokely to go get the weapons. She brings out the trash can full of them, and then ducks the thing, missed the suplex on the trash can.
And then the light tubes.
The light tube spot, which I'm not expecting
They
light
were
tubes.
fake.
Oh, I thought they were too. That's funny you say that. I thought
dude,
they were too.
There was no mist.
It doesn't
in them.
matter.
No,
Yeah,
Every
mean-
light tube you break, there's a mist in it, and they used to be argon, and argon's very hazardous to your fucking health. It's something else now, but still, they were absolutely 100%.
If you're going to use anything
And then
that's
if you
fake,
notice-
I'm okay with them using that.
Yeah.
as being
Yeah,
fake,
and it didn't matter.
cares?
And it didn't matter. She caught it the hard way, and you could tell there was blood marks and scratches on her
Crowd
back
blood.
from the
Yeah.
light tubes. And then they do the table spot, and the table's not just next to the stage where they just fall over. Like no, she took her
No,
like
it was like 4
10
feet away.
Yeah, like 5-10 feet away, and took her into that spot. Like that was a great spot.
Oh, it was.
And
I love the split on the tack.
The split on the tax is like, oh my god, why hasn't someone done that before?
I love it.
And every once in a
a
while.
lot of women don't use tacks.
No, but it could have been a dude. You could have done it too. You could have done it
Okay, now how many dudes? All right, Cactus Jack's going to do a split on tacks. After all the butchers, you're going to do a split on tacks.
No, but I'm just saying, like wrestling's cool.
RVD? All right, I believe
Wrestling's cool because after watching all this shit for all these years, you do get a little bitter of seeing everything, and then every once in a while you see something
that. No,
you
I
never.
love this match. Everything was like, oh, couple minutes, oh.
Yeah.
Couple minutes,
Oh, dude, and the table spot where Willow moved, Statlander absolutely crushed
With
her
the legs.
head
Yes.
with her
Oh,
legs.
my
Like
God.
folded
Oh,
her.
my
Yeah.
Nasty.
I saw that and was like, oh.
I didn't see it at first. Oh my God, she killed her. Oh my God. All right, here. All right, now here's the deal. Everybody, if you're Statlander and you're on the top rope, right, and you know where the table was laying in the corner, if you're freaking the girl that's laying on the table, you never roll away from the spot.
Yeah, roll in.
You roll in towards the corner, then nothing will ever happen. If she ain't going to undershoot it into the corner, that means she would have to go straight up and straight down. She's always going to miss it long, so you protect yourself by rolling in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing if you're laying in the middle of the ring and Van Damme's coming for a moonsault.
Roll in.
You wouldn't
Yep.
roll away, you roll in.
Yeah. How long was this match, Ollie? 14 minutes?
Right on the money, Tosh. 14:57.
And it was
Yo.
worth every
And
second.
honestly, if I had one gripe, I wish it was 10 to 11. I feel like it should have ended with the tax.
Before they got out the chains and everything?
Yes, the chain was. It was like
And neither knew how to use it. Both were fumbling, trying to wrap
It was like,
around.
it's like, is the chain more dangerous than the tax?
It wasn't even it wasn't even the fact that they fumbled it a little bit. It was like, dude, you were shot out of a cannon and you were boom, 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 and like, I feel like you should just cut, like, finish with the tack, like, that's it, end on a high note. You get out the chain and then, like, the match kind of slowed a little bit, not just because they couldn't get it on their hand.
It wasn't a
Not
bad
couldn't-
finish, though.
No, I don't think the finish was bad, but I'm like, you were on like a rocket ship.
I understand what you're
and
saying.
then
Yeah.
just like, boom, cut it,
And
done.
big pop
Like,
after.
end on a high. Like you go underneath, you grab the chain, and then like you kind of slow it down a little bit, and then the finish happens. Which I thought the finish was fine. You choke her out with a chain, that's fine. Like
awesome,
that's
too.
cool. That's worthy of.
She was struggling in there. It was
Yeah,
jammed in her mouth, and
right.
then she was just waving it off. She didn't even tap. She just waved it off. Like,
Right, worthy of a finish, but I thought like you kind of slowed down the tempo that like the great tempo that you had, and you could have just ended on a high note. And I'm nitpicking,
Yeah.
because I thought it's a 5-star match.
Damn, I'm going 5 for 2.
Yeah, it's a 5-star
I'm
match.
going 5 for 2.
When you texted us like the outline earlier today, I'm thinking, and I was looking through the matches, and I'm like, yeah, that Willow match is a 5-star.
Dude, it's been sitting with me all week. It really has.
No, it's
like
100% a 5-star match. They fucking killed it. And I'm just nitpicking. I thought they just went a little mellow at the end because they were on such a high rocket. I wish they would have just finished it with the big
To me-
move on attacks. And
Yeah, to me,
that would've been
the
it.
other reason why it's a 5 for me too is following the match they followed. You follow the match they followed. If you want to know how to follow a Will Ospreay match, I'm not saying you got to do all the plunder like they did, but you got to do something left-handed. You got to do something different.
Plunder, as Dusty Rhodes would say.
Yeah, you got to do something different. You know what I mean? Because you just gave him Will Ospreay. You have to do something different on the show next if you're following Will Ospreay. And these two absolutely hit it out of the park. Over-delivered my expectations wildly on this match.
Maybe smart booking on their part, putting it after that match.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, this is... Hack, what do you give this match?
All right. I just want to go over two of my notes here. Well, the second note is just stiff. And then I got tax... Because you know I'm a stickler about placement in the ring. You can't put those tacks dead center in the ring. When you open up the thing... I know. So when I'm putting them over for that. A lot of people would make that total mistake, opening up that whole bag in the center of the ring.
And you're saying don't do that because then they get involved in every other spot the rest of the match?
Yes, exactly. You put them over there, off to the side, so they're there whenever you want to use them.
Gotcha.
And then the chain at the end. Neither girl, they tried to wrap it around their hand, and then they try and go around the elbow, and then both of them did the same exact thing. Because they don't know how to use what they're doing.
Right, and that's when it slowed down for me, and that's when I was like...
The problem is the agent right there, not the girls.
Okay. I thought maybe they're building up to a dog collar match for them in the future.
Okay, but make it look... If I'm the agent, you better believe, first of all, I'm using a hair smaller chain. You know what I mean? If you got the pit bulls and stuff like that...
I know, you were talking about last week with the big chains,
The pit bulls used to come out with this... I'm like, dudes... You guys are fucking... Because they're both jacked out of their minds. I'm like, dude, you need a real badass chain.
Yeah.
And then they bought some big badass ones. But the girls didn't have to be that thick, and it either needed to be shorter or longer.
Okay.
Because you wrap it around your hand, bring it around your elbow, and then stick the end of it inside your hand.
Gotcha. No, listen, I wish you were an agent for some of these matches. Who would be better at laying out some of these plunder matches than you?
I'm not putting that big-ass chain out there with those two girls.
No, I know.
I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
I can find 27 other ways to get my thought done.
What's your star rating on this match?
Oh, dude, this is an 11.
Oh, man. I don't disagree.
Dude, I'm serious. I was so happy with this match, dude, especially after the Ospreay match, which I thought was one of the best I've ever seen, dude. And then these girls come back, stiffen the shit out of each other. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it's like you said, following an Ospreay match, it's like you kind of almost had,
You can't go out and do the spot match that Ospreay does.
No, you got to go. Like I said, you got to do something left-handed. You got to do something different.
There's a reason why MJF starts. Then
get out of the way. I don't want to deal with you.
Then there's Ospreay, a couple. Then the girls. Then go to another main. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice placement.
Yeah, I thought the card placement on the show overall pretty good.
Sure.
Up next on the show was the Continental title match. This was a four-way between Okada, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Takeshita. So, I like all the workers in this match. I am a big fan of everybody in the match, but at Hack, you love the Ricky Waters quote, for who for what. This to me was a for who for what kind of match. You did tease a couple things. There was a lot of stuff in the match I liked.
Listen, you could have made this match so much better if you did the right spots in the beginning. Two guys in a headlock. Another guy grabs a headlock.
You do the four-way?
Another guy, you do the four-way headlock. You shoot the fourth guy off into the ropes. The third guy gives him the elbow. The guy who's in the first headlock shoots him off. Boom. Hits him with a fucking elbow. Then the one guy picks him up, grabs him by the wrist. Then you do a four-way wrist lock. I've done this with Dreamer, freaking Funk, and it was all Funk's idea.
Dude, I would love seeing that.
Yeah.
Dude, it was all Funk's idea. We did it. He goes, how about... I wish I could do him like you whip-wreck freaking imitation of Funk, but it was all Funk's idea. He's like, well, it's a three-way. Why don't we make it a three-way? We'll start with the three-way lockup. First time I did it, I freaking headbutted Funk right in the head. He's like, God damn it, Sandman. Because I'd never done a three-way lockup before, so my head was ahead of my freaking arms. And I headbutted him right.
I can just picture Funk saying that to you.
Just exactly like that. God damn it, Sandman. So then we would do that, and then we would turn that into the three-way freaking headlock. Then we would do the three-way wrist lock. You know what I'm saying? So they could start off the match and get people more invested into it if you make it a 4-way from the door.
Okay.
It was never really a 4-way.
Yeah, and like you're saying, it's not the same as doing like the repeated suplex spot like they're doing in the match. It's like,
I like that spot.
I actually did like it.
I like that spot.
I like it, but like we talked about earlier in the Young Bucks match with the leg spread open and
you
the
were
ball.
talking about this.
Yeah, so I'm like, people need to be watching because you're doing the same thing twice on the same show.
Yeah.
So like, it's just like we talk about, like, just like I like it and I get it, but just you can't be doing too much of the same thing.
And that suplex spot would have been way better if they could have started out with the 3 fucking 4-way things that I wanted to start out with. Then the
Then it
suplex
makes more
spot
sense.
Yeah.
makes 10 times more sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Dude, it's the little things, and the crowd would have. If those dudes went into a 4-way headlock, the crowd would have lost their freaking mind.
Especially Orange Cassidy being
They
the last
would've.
guy in. Orange Cassidy being the last guy in.
Cassidy being like,
Yeah, that's
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, if they would have done, the place would have lost their mind. I'm telling you. The littlest freaking, they're so tiny. And that's why you got to work in front of those audiences that are 100 people for 20, 30, 40 matches. And that's how you're going to learn to do that.
yeah, and like I love all the guys in this match. It's not like this match was bad or anything. I did enjoy a lot of the spots in this match. Like Mark Briscoe, his cactus elbow might be better than Cactus's. Like I know that's.
Oh, he's lighter.
No, I know, but that might be blasphemy to say. But it might be better than Cactus's.
Cactus would kill you with his.
But Mark Briscoe hits it like money, and then I love Cassidy's version.
He's the most entertaining dude in that. Well, Okada can be, but for straight, Okada entertains me when he's being a badass wrestler. The other Briscoe entertains me when he's just being Briscoe with his kung fu, for his hillbilly kung fu and all that shit. That's just entertaining to me. His character is totally entertaining to me.
My favorite thing
And
in this
it's
match was the tease of Okada and Takeshita in the future, because that match is like, if you book that match and you build up to it, that could be something real special. And I think especially if you plan on putting over Takeshita, like finally giving him a push, because he certainly is at that level in my opinion, and I would love to see them get to there. Were you surprised at the finish being Orange Cassidy the one to take the fall? Because I guess going in this match, I kind of figured Briscoe would be the one to eat the pin, but I guess he's Ring of Honor champion. Maybe they wanted Cassidy to. I don't know.
I think you make a good point there with Briscoe probably being champion, so they probably don't want to give it to him.
And they don't want to beat Takeshita.
Well, and being in the match with guys like Okada and Takeshita, who are a lot bigger than Cassidy, it doesn't hurt him taking the pin, I don't think, especially from anyone like that, because the fans like all these other guys too.
And it's Okada beating you.
Yeah, so it's like, whatever.
I just haven't seen him eat. He doesn't eat a lot of pins in AEW.
To me, you can't hurt the kid.
That's what I'm saying. Just like,
You can't hurt
whatever.
the kid.
Right. He's no worse for wear at all. Yeah.
You cannot hurt the kid. Nobody cares.
Overall, though, I
Nobody
think,
cares.
again, this match wasn't anything bad, but for me, like, I'm going to give it a straight 3 stars.
I'm giving 2.5.
Okay.
And you know what I'm thinking? Is Okada still doing Japan right now?
No, not at all. We told you this a couple weeks ago, too.
Oh, all right. So
might listen.
it seems to me that he's out here relaxing.
Oh, yeah.
That dude spent the last decade killing himself, earning his freaking position, and he's here in the States relaxing.
And you can tell...
He seems like... Dude, when I watched him and Omega, he seems like a different person when I watched him and Omega a year ago, whatever it was, a year and a half ago.
He is. Like, you can
relaxed.
tell when he works, he's like, I don't want to say going through the motions, but you can tell he's relaxed for sure. I don't know if that, I mean, definitely working.
I didn't want to say going through
working
the
more
motions.
of like in a tag team, I think
he
helps that.
6 mans.
But make no mistake about it, when Okada needs to go, he can go.
I don't think
And
you've
we're going
taken...
to see it soon.
I mean, he's probably still doing his hour and a half on the treadmill every day. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't think you've taken the car out on the highway yet.
No.
Right?
Not at all.
Like, and
I
I
don't
know-
even think you've taken it out the garage.
he needed a break, just like Kenny Omega needed a break.
Get his body
You know,
right.
and these guys were running from Japan to America, America to Japan. You know what I'm saying, dude? Those guys were killing themselves. And some European shit, even before it was AEW going to Europe, it might have been AEW in the United States, freaking whatever company in Japan, and then doing something in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes were killing themselves for the past decade.
What do you give the match, though, Hack?
All right. Sorry. Which one?
Okada, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Takeshita.
4.
4. Ty?
Yep.
It was like a 2.5 for me. For the amount of talent in that ring, the timing was way off. The timing on their spots was really, really, really bad, I thought. I loved the suplex spot and Cassidy Cassidy taking all of the ones that he tried.
he can't do it, so he's just gonna have to take it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that too. That
like
was
in
really
the
good.
rotation, and it was his turn, and he would go, but then he ended up being the one taking all.
And
of
it's
them.
that's the little things that make sense.
Yeah.
That matter.
Like that was great, but other than that, I thought that everybody was late on the timing spots, and that's kind of what you get when you're doing these one-on-ones and two guys are powdering, and like we said, like you're not we like when you're having spots that everybody's like together and you're doing and you're constantly doing stuff, but like for as much talent as those guys have, like there's room for error when you got guys powdering on the thing and people are waiting for their spots and waiting to get in. I just thought for the amount of talent that those dudes have and how good all 4 of them are, I thought the timing was really bad.
Yeah, I thought for any combination of these guys in a singles match on this pay-per-view would have been way better.
Yeah.
They want to get guys on the card, I guess, whatever.
Well, and that's kind of what they were doing. It was a bunch of one-on-one moments, and like except for the suplex spot and everything like that, and it didn't work for me.
You did have the tease of the Takeshita and Okada, which is coming up
I
down
like
the
that,
pipeline.
and then like they kind of like they stared off, and then they kind of got away from it, like somebody interfered or whatever.
Well, when is their next?
It's in October. The Wrestle Dream is in October.
Is that both Japan and?
No, but
Okay.
it's in Seattle.
Yeah, well, Japan's not. I mean, Okada's not in Japan, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, I know, but they would use him for just to be on that pay-per-view as a joint pay-per-view thing because they've done that before, right?
Yes, they
So,
have.
but he's not under contract with them right now. you
Not
would
at
say?
all. He's not any contract.
Anybody except AEW.
Just AEW. He's just in AEW. Yep.
Oh yeah, he loving his time. I don't blame him.
Yeah. No, it's like you said. I mean, he's getting. Look, he's away from that. He didn't have to work the G1 this year.
well deserved.
Right? That's a
That
vacation.
is shit problem.
That's a vacation, right? You know what I mean? Like,
oh
you
my
know-
god, the G1 is brutal.
Yeah. You're
Oh
working,
my god, it's brutal.
You're working all month of August,
Oh my
singles
God, it's
matches,
brutal.
and they're all like just insane matches.
And they ain't like WWE matches.
No.
There, dude. You're getting the shit beat out of you. You're taking probably at least 20 mile an hour car crashes every single match.
That's
if
insane.
you know what I'm talking about. Between all the suplexes, all the this, all the that, dude.
It's
Even the
equivalent of
chops,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
The wear and tear there.
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, like, even Ishii, he didn't work the G1 this year. He was over in AEW, and he worked, like, a bunch of, like, hard matches. But, like, that was still probably a vacation from working the G1.
No,
you know?
that's just terrific. And you got to understand something. When you're over there, I've been in the ring. Like this is Vic Grimes, the one that New Jack tried to kill, saved my ass one night. So we're over there. It's not 95 the first time that we went over with an ounce of coke and an ounce of pot. It was probably like the third or fourth time. So we're over there and we're doing a 6-man match, and it's me, Vic Grimes, and I forget who, against these 3 Japanese dudes, and 2 of them were just out of the dojo. And one of them was like 6'4", like 245, not like ripped or whatever, but just like ready
solid.
to go. Oh my God. So what I did before the match was, Sabu was on my side. So what I did before the match was, because if you notice, Japanese tables aren't like American tables. They're real thin. They're only like 20 inches wide, and they're like 4 or 5 feet long. I told one of the young boys to go out. I told the boss to go get a young boy to go out and get me a hacksaw, because you can't break those tables. So I went out and got a hacksaw, and I hacksawed because they were like a pipe. Like, can you imagine like a half inch square pipe That's how strong it is, rather than like a solid pipe. So I gimmicked the table, whatever. This dude, well, I'm trying to do a top rope spot from him, and he's just killing me. Just waffling me, beating the shit out. We're supposed to do this top rope spot where he puts me through the table. We got 2 of them fucking stacked. This kid's killing me. And I'm like, Vic, this dude's fucking killing me. Can you please help me? He's like, yeah, I got you. Which one? I said, the guy with the long curl hair. Vic went over and beat the shit out of the dude. He goes, all right, don't listen to you now. No, seriously. But Vic bought he brought Vicks Vapor Rubs. Like, I don't know, a lot of you guys, do you even know what a Vicks Vapor Rub is, Ty?
Yeah,
like
we have it over here on
the thing that you spin out and you stick it up your nose and you...
there's a bunch of different versions of it, but yes, I know what it is.
Not like an evil.
They used to come in these tubes, these white tubes that were like 2 inches long. Vic brought 5 of them filled with like crystal meth. So we were on crystal. That was like a 3-week tour. I was on crystal meth for like 3 weeks there.
Okay. Jesus Christ!
All right.
Yeah, dude. The shit I've done is like.
And you felt that guy beating your ass?
Yeah.
Seriously. No, this kid, dude. You have to understand, because I didn't. And the only reason I knew about that was because Scorp told me. Scorp's like, those young boys. They've been in that. They're
trying to serve their oats a little
for
bit
2 years. They've been wiping people's asses because when you're in a dojo back then, you could literally, like, if you're Yokozuna, now it's wrestling, but we're talking about
Sumo.
Yeah, sumo. Like, there's all those young boys. He can't wipe his own ass. The guy's 690 pounds. You need 3 young boys to wipe your ass. But it's kind of the same thing in wrestling, dude. Those guys, you take their clothes off, you take their underwear off, you do their wash, you lay out their laundry. Scorpio lived it for 2 years because Vader got him the deal over there. So he goes, these guys are going to want to kill you. So he smarted me up. He didn't know I was ever going to meet one, but he told me that, dude, you go over there and the kids out of a dojo, watch out.
Well, they're probably,
thank God for Vic Grimes.
Yeah, and that crystal meth. Thank God Vic, for that. Up next on the show was the TBS title match between Mercedes Moné and Hikaru Shida. Man, listen.
My God.
Listen.
Dude, this was rough to watch.
This was a stinker. I don't know how else you can put it. It just was not good. And
I really like Shida. I think she's good.
I think she's one of their best workers. And I was a fan of Mercedes before.
Mercedes is just...
It's been missed. It's a bit of miss. There's nothing else you could say about it.
It's not good.
The work has not been up to...
The character doesn't even do it for me.
No, she's not even healing anything.
I don't know what's going on, but it's lost.
All right, here we go.
Lost.
What happens when an NFL quarterback signs a huge-ass contract bigger than anybody else's? Do they have a great year?
Sometimes they do.
Unless you're Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, sometimes they do.
That girl has gone like this on a curve downhill ever since she was over as the baby face. They turned her heel. Somehow, I don't know if she stopped practicing, forgot to learn how to wrestle. That match was so bad the other night.
It was bad.
I couldn't even make enough notes.
No, what else?
And it was her.
Yeah, it wasn't Shida. I'm not going to blame Shida for that one.
What was going on in that match?
I'm not going to blame Shida for that one. It was not good. And
they should have put that match after the Will Ospreay match and put the other girl's match. Yeah, put the CEO in popcorn.
CEO is
Dude, that's
popcorn.
where she deserved to be.
She is popcorn right now. That match was not good.
And we all knew it.
Yeah. I from the bell.
Disgusted watching it.
It was a bad match, and it was honestly look, AEW pay-per-views have a standard of quality, and this match didn't meet a pay-per-view standard. So, and it didn't really have much of a story build to it.
Dude, this was freaking The Undertaker against Bill Goldberg in Saudi Arabia.
I actually love Goldberg in Saudi Arabia.
Taker Goldberg. You know the match that I'm talking about?
Yeah, I actually really like that match.
Oh my God. Well, you've proven that to me saying you like this other shit tonight.
No.
You're horrifying.
We agree on everything tonight. What are you talking about? This match sucked.
We agreed on 2.
We agreed on a lot of matches here tonight, bud. 2. More than that, dude. Anyway, this match sucked. I don't even want to talk I don't want to waste our time talking about it. I'm giving it 1 star. It was terrible. Ollie, what did you think?
Yeah, 1.
It's a 1-star match.
And that's being generous.
Yeah.
I really I don't know, man.
It's a stinker.
It's been really disappointing.
Yeah, it has been. Hack.
Oh my God, this is so hard. This is like a -11.
-11. Okay.
It's just, and I hate to say that. I like the girl. I really like the other girl.
Sheeta.
But the CEO girl's got her thing too. You know what I'm saying? But
I love her work. I have historically loved her
was
work.
she high in this match?
No, I don't think that's that.
Dude, well, who's running this? All right, here's the thing. I couldn't tell who was running the match. And I can always tell who's running a match. I had no idea because I'm looking who's talking into what rest hold you're in. You know what I mean? I know when somebody's sending something to the other referee. I had no idea what was going on in this match. And they didn't either.
Do you think, like, okay, we're coming off the Brit match too, right?
I don't care.
So the Brit match was a stinker as well on All In. And I kind of thought maybe it's Britt's first match back. Maybe she hasn't had the right dance partners. Like, because I'm thinking, because I know I've seen her have great matches. It's not
With
working
who?
right now. With Bailey.
Okay, Bailey's great.
Yeah.
Maybe Bailey brought her up to her level.
I've seen her have
Who
really
else?
good. Charlotte, Bianca.
Charlotte's great. Bianca's great.
It's
Are
not-
you getting my point?
You think it's all the dance partners?
Yeah. You're kind
Sheeta's-
of pointing it out.
But Sheeta's great. Sheeta is great.
Going into this match, before the match happened, they can attest to this. I said, all right, we're going to really see what Mercedes can do because I think that Sheeta's awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like you said, maybe her first match with Britt, okay, maybe prior matches before that didn't really get through, and I was like, okay. I'm expecting good things from this match because I personally, and it seems like you do too, personally.
Because
like
you thought no matter what, she was going to carry the CEO.
As a
Per-
baseline,
pers-
Sheeta would get you to this. At least.
I've never seen Sheeta have like a bad match. And to your
Me
point,
either, I don't think.
Hack, it seemed to me like Mercedes was calling the match because I saw her call a couple spots. But watching Sheeta work, it looked like she was trying to follow Mercedes when it should have been the other way. Like it felt like Sheeta was trying to. What's the right word?
Are you saying like she had to slow herself down?
No, not slow herself down.
She was taking a back seat to the CEO calling shit when the CEO really shouldn't be calling anything.
Kind of, because I think Sheeta sees the writing on the wall that they're putting this chick Mercedes over. She's got the skyrocket. I'm gonna follow her lead, and that did.
And maybe that was the mistake.
And I think that's where the fumble was because I've never seen
That makes sense.
I've never seen Sheeta look as bad as she's looked in that match, and I don't even think that was her fault. I thought Mercedes Every part of that match was horrible. We've all said it, and I'm not going to keep harping on it. And the only thing
I don't like saying it.
No, I don't either. I mean, I like
Neither do
watching
I.
good wrestling.
I
I like watching good
But
wrestling.
I don't mind saying
No, we're being
And
honest. We're always going to give you our honest
all
opinions.
four of us are like,
Yeah.
And once
seriously.
again, the Mercedes finishing move,
Dude, you
needs
say
to
it every
be
week. It's not a good finisher.
Needs to be.
She can't hit
honestly,
it. And it
if-
looks bad.
But honestly, if she hit it 13 times in a row, I can see her getting a pin.
Yeah, like
Everybody else, there's three.
It's never hit once.
I don't know if it would look better like a bigger person doing it. I don't know if like a bigger woman would like it would look better.
It's very possible, but she's
I don't
so
know if
small.
that- but I
She's
don't know.
tiny.
I just don't know if that moves like anyone can really make
thing.
it look good.
Neither do I, but her most certainly not because she's super tiny. Anybody who's equal to her height, it's never going to look good.
she can't get the person. She can't throw the person off her back
Right.
far enough for them to get a good impact. It
So
doesn't-
who is
if-
booking
if-
her shit?
If Rhea's doing that move, Rhea could hit that move. She ain't Rhea,
She's strong.
even though Hack thinks Rhea's 5'1".
Dude, I took a picture.
Oh, we're not doing this again, man.
She's looking at me.
all right.
Next,
That
Rhea
match
stares
sucked.
you in the eyes.
Next up on.
She stares at you. Dude, I took a picture.
Speaking of people
she
that.
actually
I
dwarfed
almost
you.
got on
Hold
my
on.
knees.
Hold on, guys. Speaking of people that stare Hack in the eyes, this was Brian Danielson and Jack Perry for the
I
AEW
will
World
fuck
Title
those
match.
two up right now, 2-on-1, in a Havertown house match.
They both stare you
I
right
will
in the
put
eye.
charcoal in their eyes, which we just used to make dinner.
No, look, the AEW World Title match, Jack Perry. To me, Jack Perry doesn't really have the cachet of a guy to be challenging for the world title. I do like the trying to do something with the character. The work in this match was very good. I did kind of get turned off a little bit by the interference with the Young Bucks, even though you knew it was coming when they came out with them on the entrance. And I don't care for the Jack Perry vehicle either. I know they're trying to go for like a Batman kind of thing. Jack Perry don't need a special vehicle, man.
I don't know if I ever saw Batman in a short bus.
No, but it's no. When they're doing the scenes of him driving through Chicago, look, it reminded me of the Joker. It is a short bus. What is that vehicle he's in? What is that vehicle he's in? I mean,
it's appropriate for fucking.
I guess. Look, the match was pretty good. I like the work in it. They did bust their ass in the match, and Bryan Danielson never has a bad match. So I mean, look, you knew it was a foregone conclusion. I knew Jack Perry was not winning this match. To me, it's more about the post-match stuff in this match, but the work in this match overall. I got to say, the two things that I want to highlight are those knee sells by Perry. Perry took 2 bumps with those knees. The first one looked like he got shot with a cannon. I mean, he takes that bump, he spins around in the air and flies over to the side of the ring. And then the other one, I thought those were just awesome. And, yeah.
And he's taking the knee from Daniels. Oh, okay.
For Bryan Danielson. When he took the bump off those?
Yeah.
Man, those were great bumps.
That was
The first one was
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome bump. Absolutely loved it. And, I mean...
I'm kind of with you on it. Like, I don't really see Jack Perry in, like, the heavyweight, like, title picture.
And he's already got a belt. So it's another time where a guy on the card already has a title.
All right. He already has a belt. How many belts are in this company? 14,
for 15, singles titles, they
18,
have 6,
21.
5 or 6 singles titles.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, he's got a belt, but to me that means nothing. But do you think to a regular fan that means that he has a less chance of winning because he has a belt?
Maybe, yeah.
Like in that particular match, would you think that?
I gave Jack Perry 0% chance to win this match going in.
I know. Think about that. How many times have we said that tonight? That how many guys, like, there's been a couple other that you thought there's one person winning and that's it.
That's all over wrestling, though, I think.
Yeah, that is true. There's a lot of predictable booking, but I didn't give Jack Perry a single second on any of his near falls in this match. Because, even his Bryan making the comeback, it's like, okay, it was almost like a foregone conclusion to me. Again, the work of the match, not bad, but... it was more about the post match for me. For a match, I'll give it 3.5 stars. Like if Bryan Danielson cannot have a bad match. I don't think he can have a match below that level. And the work in this match was not bad. I didn't see them blow spots or anything. But yeah, I'll give it 3.5 stars.
I was utterly disinterested because I thought there was no chance whatsoever, and I'm like, oh my god. Somebody please beat Bryan Danielson and get him out of this business.
Maybe Nigel McGuinness will.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
Please.
Can't wait for that Dynamite.
Nigel.
And here's the thing. I don't fucking hate Bryan Danielson. Is great. Done way more things than I ever done in my career. But you already had your neck injury, which you retired from in WWE, right? Then you're like, oh, let me grab some more money and go to AEW and now do this freaking same thing again.
WWE wouldn't clear him. That's why he moved.
No, he was brought back. He was already cleared again for WWE. He was still working there. They tried to sign him. He chose AEW.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, I'm done with the angle. You know what I'm saying? Screw the angle and just be you, and you're a badass.
Well, it's kind of what he was.
Isn't that what he's doing?
His ass.
No.
He is.
Well, because I think it's fake. Because I don't believe his retirement right now. Because I didn't believe. Why should I believe it after the first one that it wasn't a retirement?
He's definitely going to retire soon. I think next month. I think next month.
He retires, and are you now telling me that you are thoroughly convinced that if he retires, he will never have another match again?
That's not what he said. He said, I'm retiring as a full-time wrestler. So I think you'll see him for maybe like 1 or 2 matches a year. That's all that he said the whole time. He's never said I'll never wrestle again. He said I'm retiring as a full-time wrestler.
I know, but is he even a full-time wrestler now?
Yeah, he works every pay-per-view. He works Dynamite.
He's the heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
I know, but how many... okay.
He's worked a ton this year. He's probably had
30?
More than that, yes. He's worked a lot this year. He's had an amazing year. Overall, the match, I'm giving it 3.5 stars. Ollie, what are you going to give it?
I'm going 2.5.
2.5. I think you're undercutting it. Hack, what do you give it?
3.8.
3.8. Okay. Ty?
I'll give it a 2.
2?
You guys are hard.
Yeah, you're tough grades tonight. I mean,
These guys are, for being non-working motherfuckers who've never been in the ring for a little bit. These guys are hard.
I think. Look,
I'm undefeated.
Undefeated? Yeah, I booked it.
So listen, I don't know. It
didn't do nothing for you. Yeah, because to me,
I would have rather seen Brian Danielson versus somebody else than Jack Perry.
All right,
Yeah.
so
I'm really hard with Jack Perry. Like, Jack Perry does absolutely nothing for me. I loved him as Jungle Boy, and this whole scapegoat thing, him being a complete and utter like badass, like whatever at 4'9.5" with lifters, is like nothing for me. And that's not to impugn his work, because I think he does like fine work or whatever. But the match, nothing in that match stood out to me whatsoever. Not like Danielson.
I think
Perry's,
the bump he
like,
took on the knee, that's what stand out for me.
That's fine. It was a nice bump, but the whole
a great
match.
bump.
I ain't giving 3 stars for a bump.
I'm giving it a 3-star for Brian. Brian had the crowd up for it too at the end. Everybody was doing the yes and everything.
I know, but I've just seen so much better from him.
So have I, but
So
again,
it's like-
I don't think it's his best.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think it's the best opponent for him.
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
you know what?
for me.
I think I just figured out their numbers, and you guys know my numbers aren't freaking like I really think about it or much, but these two that have been in the ring very minimal and have lower numbers for a match than I do, and I think that's because I've been a wrestler and I appreciate you just being in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And having some of these matches.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, dude, they went.
Yeah,
How long?
like you said, you're rating shit. So
They are.
I actually like your ratings, man.
Yeah, my
They're not.
13 and 11 were right on tonight. The
Bro,
girls deserved an
13 and
11,
11.
Bro.
and Osprey deserved a 13.
Bro,
and when you said that, both of those I gave 5-star
yeah,
matches.
Hack. I don't disagree with your
Yeah,
ratings
your
when you
5
talk about.
stars is
You
the
just
shit.
throw out 3.8s like they're fucking nobody's business.
I gave it 3.5.
I'm willing to actually-
I gave it 3.5.
I'm willing to actually critique somebody.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but I respect the fact that they're even in the ring and
So
they're
do
on
I.
television.
So do we. But I'm not
It
just
also
going to
went
give
long for
somebody
me.
that
How
like,
long was this match? 26, 27 minutes around
27:53.
that? Yeah, like that's too much.
Yeah,
for
I
this
got
match.
Yeah,
that
way too
long.
long.
Yeah,
for what it was.
it just got to nothing. It
Yeah.
just I don't know.
Post match, you have Killswitch come out and he lays out Brian, and then you kind of think, are they doing this tease where Christian's going to cash in? Then you got the Blackpool Combat Club to make the
I
fake
did
save.
like the tease.
You got the tease and the fake save, because then they get in the ring, and it kind of was in the back of my head, Moxley, with this character. I was like, wait, are they going to do a turn here? And I love the fact that they did. The turn to me in the angle was money. Post-match angle was money. I loved Claudio was the one who did the hit, and Brian sells it like, holy fuck, what the fuck, on the ground. And I love how they grab Yuta away from them. Like, you can't see this kid. Like, Yuta selling that was amazing. And then Moxley with the bag over the head, I thought was awesome.
That was. Are you telling me you like that?
Yes, I did. Loved it.
Okay.
He liked the Yuta thing too, and that was horrible.
I love the
Yeah,
Yuta thing.
dude. Why did
Yeah, I think it
Moxley
was
just
bad,
rip
too.
the plastic bag with his finger?
You mean Danielson?
Danielson
Or
did that,
whatever.
like, clawing
It's a
for
plastic
it.
bag. Why wouldn't you just rip it with your finger?
I mean, I
it's
guess-
the stupidest angle ever.
I mean, it's a classic wrestling angle. It's Terry Funk, Ric Flair.
Dude,
I mean, like,
I don't care if you're a little kid watching that. You're thinking I could rip that plastic bag easily. That's bull. That's a Kevin Sullivan 1970s angle.
yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
And I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
I know, but it was too non-believable for me.
And Pac is standing still, holding Yuta. They're straight up, and Yuta's just like flailing. Like, if you
Doing
really
nothing.
wanted to get to him, you should try another angle. You should be going
Yeah,
like
he
this.
didn't even try-
He
dude,
didn't
it was a
try
joke.
and do anything. He was just flailing his arms like, and it's like, you should try and do something. And
Fight
no,
or
they
something.
should be beating you down and holding Yuta's face up to where Moxley's
Good
holding
point.
Danielson up and being like, look, this is what we're doing. But no, Yuta's just standing there still,
Yeah, that was
like this,
horrible.
going like this.
I loved it.
For 10 minutes. 10 minutes,
Wow.
not trying anything else, and Pac's not even moving, just holding him like
All
this,
right,
like
so
stand straight.
anybody
It was
that
horrible.
agrees with Tosh losing total respectability points for the shit that he's like tonight, please write us, Skype us, do something.
And it was like 10 minutes. Yuta's just standing there.
It was horrible.
like if you really cared, if you really move, do something. Pac's not even moving. Like Pac's just holding you, like standing straight.
All right, Tosh.
I love the crowd chanting, "This is murder."
This is what.
This is murder.
That was good.
That was a really good chant.
There's a lot of ways they could have went with that.
I like the fact that they did the turn.
I like the turn because you got Moxley as this
kind of
Moxley is this crazy badass guy, and he gave a great promo at the opener of Dynamite last night.
Yeah, he did.
And they're building up to him and Darby. And I don't know if they're building up to Moxley and Bryan.
See the lifters Darby was wearing last night?
No,
he had boats on his
He's always wearing stilettos.
I know, but they were like boats. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, they were like Delilah's Entertainer of the Year boots.
I like the fact that everybody else like comes to the arena like in a car or a limo. He skateboards up. Yeah. He skateboards up like as if he went from like Chicago to like Kentucky in a skateboard. Yeah.
But the thing is, he's a boarder because he kicks it right up into his hand, doesn't fall.
Yeah, it's not like a Shea Douglas. Like he's actually really on the skateboard. Yeah.
Oh God, him and Johnny Ace.
Yeah. Well, so that's what they're doing. It seems like they're building up to Moxley and Bryan, which will be, I think, really super awesome. So that'd be really good.
You think they're doing it a Wrestle Dream?
I don't like the matchup.
I don't.
Yeah.
I like
Moxley against a bigger dude.
I don't understand.
Well, I think Moxley or Darby, I think is gonna be the one to put Bryan out to pasture for this like retirement kind of thing. So
where did Darby get?
That's a good call right there.
Yeah.
Where did Darby get his championship title match from?
He won the Eliminator match
in the mail. That company to give out titles like here we're gonna send you
the
one of
Owen
the
Hart thing.
No, he didn't win the Owen. I'm drawing a blank how he won his title shot.
Because I was watching.
No, he
didn't
win that check right here.
He didn't know.
Because he's like offering up his title spot, and I'm like, well, when did Darby get a title? Because
he
Christian's
lost to
got
Jack
the
Perry at All In. Christian won the gauntlet match. He didn't win the Owen. I think he won some other match. I think it was.
I was just
a gauntlet match.
I was just confused on that.
I think he won previously.
I was just confused on that.
When was that was like Money in the Bank, right?
That's what Christian won it All In.
Was that like the first time that somebody had used that contract as like a money in the like they were bringing it to the ring as like a I'm gonna
Well,
cash
how
in.
old is this idea of their Money in the Bank?
I think it's brand new.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's what you were saying.
Well, no, but they've had
I
like,
said the time. Like what?
They've had the gauntlet chip thing. I think MJF did like a chip cash in, if I remember.
Yeah.
I think they've done something like that too. But they haven't done it like they do now with like But there was some casino battle royal. I think,
my God!
Something.
And dude, the opening of Dynamite with Christian and the what were we just talking about? The contract. Sorry.
Yeah.
How bad was that?
Yeah.
How did they come to watch it? I turned it on.
No, that literally could have just been a back.
Yeah, it didn't need to be an in-ring. It didn't need to be an in-ring. Could have been a pre-tape.
Why did you just come to the ring?
I think sometimes in wrestling when I'm like, why wasn't this not a pre-tape? Why is this an in-ring? I don't think that... And this goes for all wrestling.
I thought somebody else was coming out, and then they did nothing.
It's just like Tony Schiavone talking to him. There was no angle. It was just...
Okay.
Did Christian come out later on in the show?
Yes. I'm trying to remember.
He just did that.
Because if he did it, that's a reason to put him out there instead of a pre-tape so they can say they saw it.
No, he didn't come back out.
They said that put him out in the fucking public eye.
Fair enough. Okay. To me, I think like
it was the weirdest thing.
If you're not doing somebody coming out doing an interview, it should probably be a backstage. Right. And even if you are, it could still be a backstage. Like pre-tapes, I don't know. I would do less.
They wanted to put him out in front of the crowd.
Like he basically cut the promo with Schiavone and held the contract up, and then that was it. And he left. I was like, wait, that was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird.
Up next on the show was the Lights Out unsanctioned match between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland.
Can you please explain? These guys didn't know what the hell is the Lights Out with the lights on?
So Lights Out matches, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Hack, because I'm not like as old as you, but Lights Out matches were like a gimmick that they would do in like the 70s and 80s and 60s where
the lights were out.
So here's what they would do. The show time was, this is the show. They would turn the lights out, and then they would say, this match is not sanctioned, and then they would put the lights back on, and it would not be sanctioned for the card.
Which we told you.
So that's my understanding of Lights Out matches.
That's exactly how AEW explained it. So
and that's exactly how I explained it.
Was Hack saying that the lights were actually out in these buildings?
No, yeah, he's like, matches? The lights are on. And I'm like, okay, well. I just explained.
I've been in a lights out match and the lights weren't on.
You were in a lights out match with no lights in the building?
Do a hack check, find out wherever it was.
Oh,
But no, to me, I think
It's up
Terry
for
Funk and Jerry Lawler did one. They did one with nobody in the
Empty
audience.
Arena one I've seen, yeah.
And then they did a lights out match also. Dude,
It's all up for interpretation.
I'm an idiot. I know, these guys get all over me for saying something when 50% of the things I say, they're like, all right, hack. And the other 50%, they're like, no, you're an idiot. And then they decide to take these little things and beat me up about.
Well, I'm not going to beat you up.
I'm going to beat you.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my sons.
No, I'm going to beat
These
you
two
up.
are so hard on me, it's ridiculous. When they should know that I've taken 8,000 chair shots in a row, never freaking put my hand up, and I'm a basic idiot, and I can bring back like some good shit. But all they want to do is bury me.
Yeah,
Well,
guys, be
then
nice to the guy. Come on. If he's hard on the
They
Eagles,
don't
Ollie,
want. Here, let's hear what Ty says. They don't what, Ty?
Don't keep bloating about. I have a 146.
Bloating.
I have a 146.
Okay,
IQ.
I did have one, and I told you I was down to a 139. The 130.
just like your PWI
Okay,
ranking.
first of all, this is how stupid he is. An IQ test has nothing to do with memory. They give
I'm not
you
talking about
They
memory.
give you a space. They give you objects, and they say put them in that damn space, dude. That's it. They're not asking you who the president was in 1776.
Yeah.
No.
And then
I
you
did
said-
a 139 like a year and a half ago.
And then-
I guarantee I'll do another 139 today.
Yeah, and then you said that I explained this match to you horribly when I exactly said the exact same thing Natasha said to you, and you would go, no.
Wrong.
Like that.
Wrong.
No.
Oh my God, how wrong can he be?
Okay.
All right.
No, don't you see? He's not allowed to just say okay. You know what I mean? And that makes it like, well, I'm the retard, and he's right.
You are, because
He
that's what
says
happened.
okay because I'm not going to argue with you anymore.
No, that's what happened.
Dude, I taught you that out of the Book of Power, dude. The 48 laws.
That's what
I
happened.
told you that law.
I have nothing else to say because that's actually what happened.
taught you that law.
Let's talk about this match. So it's a lights out match where the lights were actually on. And
Did you get that, Hack?
The lights were on in this match.
No, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the lights out match. Are the lights on for you right now? Okay. Swerve and Nana.
Wow.
Swerve and Nana went to town on Hangman, and then the cage lowered. And right before they did, they shoved in like a little box of gimmicks there. So
I love Swerve
right.
having Nana do that, throw everything
yeah,
in
it's
before
like
it's
get
closing.
that shit in there right now. It's
Oh, no,
closing
that
down.
was great by Nana. That's the greatest thing I ever wanted him to do. But I was hoping that he was going to get his head caught in as they were dropping the cage. But you remember they had a problem with it? There was a hitch in the corner because I
Yeah.
said at the time, like,
They stopped it.
Dude, the cage is, well, there was a hitch. It was caught on
There
one
was like
corner or whatever.
there was like a foot still like left to go
when
and we
they
were
started
like,
the match.
Yeah.
And I'm like, could you imagine if that match, if they couldn't get the cage fixed and there was a foot below it the whole match, how could you have flipped the script there being a worker?
Well, you would have to, like, some of the spots, like when Swerve powerbombed Hangman on the cage, maybe he would, like, slide out, like, kind of
Yeah,
things like
I
that.
know.
or,
I
like-
would have totally changed it up and just went outside and you utilized that.
Yeah.
If I'm a worker,
And then, and that's what I said actually,
Yeah.
and then go in and do the finish in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things, and I do like that AEW does a bit with their announcers, is they cycle in a bunch of different guys throughout the show.
I was saying
Bring
that to
in-
Ty. I'm like, was this guy starting?
No,
as
they
an
mixed
announcer?
guys in, and bringing JR in for the last two matches on the show.
Right.
What gave those matches an extra lift because JR is so good at speaking to things. Like I thought he did a really good sell of the bag angle.
And they let him talk too.
'Cause he's
It was
JR.
like, this is like JR, it's you. I'll throw something in.
He's got the credibility still, and that's one of the things that, like, when AEW started, you know, Jericho gave it a big stamp as a company because, you know, he never jumped from WWE, but JR going there was so important for the company, and I'm happy to see JR get these opportunities still to deliver because, like, you know, he is like the voice of wrestling, and I thought he did a great job in this match, really selling it and putting it over the brutality.
Ty,
of it.
we spent a little time with JR.
We hear him so seldom, like now,
Right.
like, that it's like I don't notice that he's like not even on the show. So like when he gets on, I'm like, oh, nice, like
It's special.
Yeah, nice. We got JR.
To me, it's like watching Hogan's Heroes, Ollie. Like watching Cheers. You know what I'm saying? It's like I hear his name, it makes me feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
Even though
You know what I mean? It's home, it's Thanksgiving.
Excalibur
I'm
won't
eating
shut
turkey.
the fuck up. Excalibur just does not shut up, and I just hate it. And one thing that I noticed specifically during this pay-per-view is that the crowd's chanting things and they continuously talk over it, so you can't hear what they're chanting.
They don't pull back.
Yeah, which is a problem. But like you said with JR, he's a legend. I mean, I love every time he's on.
I thought he did great work in this match, putting over the stakes of the brutality in it,
100%.
and that is needed for a match like this when you're doing.
But
crazy,
he's doing it with less, not more.
right.
Yeah.
He's doing it with less. It's like the whole company should take a lesson from that.
Yeah.
He's doing it with so much less.
But when
Just
you're
stating the obvious.
When you're doing a brutal match like this with all the gimmicks that they
Less
had and
is
everything,
more.
it was great to have JR on this call.
It's like talking over. It's like trying to talk over freaking somebody on the 18th green that just made a putt at the U.S. Open to win it. You know what I mean? It's like trying to talk over that moment. To me,
right, you just let it happen.
And JR's so good with like his quips, like his like similes or his everything that he does, like
his acronyms.
He's hitting them like that, like a like a cow with a whatever, or he's like he's got these little things where he's like so good at describing stuff, like. Yeah, he's the best.
I loved Swerve's gear in this match. So he's got the picture of Hangman burning down his house on his gear in the ring.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
I didn't
that
notice
was
that
so
either.
cool. That was so cool.
I noticed he was in like
I noticed it. They mentioned it during the broadcast.
I noticed he was wearing a full like jumpsuit, but I wasn't like looking at
for
like,
each
what
picture.
It was. Yeah,
Only
it was.
because I heard them say it. I didn't know that by freaking him walking out with it.
Yeah,
I liked him not walking out with the fucking goddamn fur coat. Get rid of the goddamn fur coat.
I liked too, because this is the third match these guys have worked, like big stakes match and everything. And while you do a lot of the same spots, obviously you have your signature moves and everything, they mixed up the spots that they did. They didn't do any blood drinking in the sequel match in this third match, which I was like, okay. They did a staple spot where he's no-sold the staple gun, which I was like, you kind of have to do that one. But there was a lot of different stuff in this match, and I really appreciated that for the work. I love the cinder block spots in this match. Man, were they brutal.
Okay.
As soon as it came out, hack fake.
No. Well, yes, no. Because you remember, they used the cinder block 6 months ago that was 100% fake outside the ring.
Smashed. Yeah.
Okay. Was that those two?
It was Swerve. Swerve was doing cinder block stuff.
Yeah. That was a fake cinder block.
Them too, yeah.
They put this one in there and they did spots so you knew it wasn't a fake cinder block.
Wasn't fake at all.
Exactly.
And it didn't break even after like Swerve took the powerbomb on it later.
Dude, okay. You have to understand the tensile strength of a cinder block when it's on its side. It's called, please, anybody.
No, I know you're right.
Fact check me. It's called tensile freaking strength of anything. A concrete wall cinder block, dude. When you have a cinder block on its side like that with the holes facing up towards the sky, that the tensile strength that you would probably need is 1,000 pounds to like crush it. Literally 1,000 pounds. Now, but if you put it on its side and you have the holes going left and right horizontally, the tensile strength is way lower.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these guys beat the hell out of each other in this match.
No, but the point was to make sure that I will never not be convinced unless I hear it from Swerve that was a real one because the last one was a fake one.
So
I'm totally convinced of that.
Okay, even though they did a bunch of spots on it.
The last one broke like so easy. It was
I know,
like
but
a joke.
they did 2 big spots on this.
They
and it didn't break.
Okay, they didn't touch it. What are you tell me? The one on his back? Like I just said, the thing's on its side. That thing, I don't care. You could be the Big Show and take that spot. You're not breaking that cinder block then.
It was straight up.
You're not.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm begging. When was the last time either one of you touched the cinder block?
I don't
have
touch
a
cinder
clue.
blocks often.
I don't seriously have a clue.
Where do you get fake cinder blocks from?
Well,
Are you kidding me? Hollywood. Dude,
Hollywood, I like that answer.
Hacksaw Dugan went to the ring with a fake 2x4. Dusty Rhodes gave me fake freaking barbed wire to bring to the ring.
And the way they handled the cinder block, you thought it was fake?
No, not this time. Last time, I know it was fake.
Okay.
Because I know the spot that they did on it.
I really enjoyed a lot of the stuff in this match. They had the little cheese grater action with the barbed wire wrapped around the cage.
Dude, what was up with the barbed wire? Dude, there was no barbs.
Yeah, it could have been fake.
There was no barbs on, and it was like this little strand.
That's
the thing. All right. They should have made the girls' freaking chain smaller, and they should have made that dude's barbed wire bigger.
A huge spool.
Because once you put it through you couldn't even notice it. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't even as thick as the links were in the fence.
Yeah.
Hangman wraps it around his arm and nails Swerve with it. Swerve sells it. Hangman doesn't.
Yeah, he probably should have sold that one. Page then wanted to go for a buckshot lariat, but the cage didn't allow him to do that. And then Swerve came back before missing a charge and then hit in the cage himself. The crowd, I thought, was like really... At this point in the show, I wouldn't say that they were not into this match, but they were like shocked and buzzing at certain points between like what they were about to do.
They could have opened up with this match and then put MJF at the end.
It's a lights out match. I don't think you could. I think you got to close with it.
Oh, I forget about your stupid.
I think you got.
I don't believe in anything of a lights out match. Okay. And how's it still on fucking? How are you still watching it on that channel if it's a lights out?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
No, think about that. Think about it.
It's a wrestling gimmick, man. I mean, that's this. I mean, I don't know what I gotta say. They were chanting, "Please don't die," and then Swerve stomped him through the table, which I thought was awesome.
Really good.
Really good spot there.
Good spot.
And then Hangman hits the Deadeye, got a 2 count. And then Hangman pulls out this splinter. He has a splinter now. And this giant splinter. And they're fighting over whether or not this was going to stab. Swerve, when he started stabbing him with that in the head, the crowd is buzzing at that point with that spot.
And I was like, oh, fuck.
I know. I'm watching this. I'm like...
I don't know how Hangman didn't gimmick on that.
Yeah.
Like, how do you bring this thing out and then you don't gimmick on that? Like,
Yeah, you have to be bleeding.
I would have thought more blood, too.
Yeah. Like especially after the initial cut that he had, I would have been like, yo, just go right back to that cut. Like, and
I don't know. There could have been a blade problem or something, but I would think they're not that stupid. Yes, there should have been one.
Hangman's facials in this match, and especially even the post-match, were incredible.
His eyes. He's all eyes.
But his
mustache makes him look more crazy.
Yeah, it does, and the hair's all like, and he really looks.
Dude, that mustache is thick.
He really looks like somebody who has like fallen into this darkness.
Well, it's he used to be this big baby face dude, you know what I mean? But then he was over back at TWA, like when I was there. You know what I'm saying?
What TWA?
And what the year I was going fucking with Veronica.
I can assure you Hangman Page was probably not wrestling.
Are you saying TNA?
Yeah.
He was never in TNA.
Had to be.
Nope.
And we're the assholes.
There's that 139 IQ.
These guys look at me like I'm an idiot.
No, but I can do shapes.
You're wrong. Dude, you're wrong. It wasn't my first time in TNA. It was my second time in TNA.
I don't think Hangman
when
was
did you
a
have
TNA
a second
guy.
run in TNA?
When they brought back all the ECW guys. When they brought
I said TNA.
That was one show.
No.
We did order $30,000 worth of sides. That was $30,000 worth of sides.
Dude, Jesus.
It's TNA.
Oh God! Hangman got powerbombed into the cage, and then he hit a house call into the cage, which I thought was awesome. That was a really great crowd. That was a really great camera shot there of the house call in the cage there.
Wasn't Hangman's fucking Bobby whatever's brother? Was he one of the guys that drank the beer?
No, you're thinking James Storm and Bobby Roode. You're thinking James Storm right now.
Fucking guy.
Not Hangman Adam Page.
We cleared up the controversy.
Yeah, there was no controversy. We knew you never were in TNA with Adam Page. We knew you were never in TNA with Hangman, Hank. None of us ever thought that. TNA. He said TWA first, too. And I'm like, do you mean TNA?
I said TNA.
DTNE.
Oh, I didn't even realize that when you said that. I'm like, yeah, you heard me.
No, I didn't.
Wolf of Wall Street, no T&E.
Yeah.
I still think I was with him.
You were probably not.
And I'll take an IQ test against all three is any second of any day.
All right.
And beat you easily.
Yeah, we'll see.
Has nothing to do with memory.
Swerve,
Nothing.
Swerve went up to the top of the cage, and then Hangman pulled him down with a huge powerbomb off the top rope. That was really cool. It was like an awesome bomb.
I was hoping Nana was going to get on top of the cage.
Oh, man, that would have been sick.
I was really hoping that, but he might have died.
When's Nana going to take a spot?
Yeah, Nana, you got to get involved, brother.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was
Friend of the
waiting for
show,
that.
Prince Nana. You got to get involved there. Yeah. Then he hit a dead eye for 2, and then Swerve wouldn't stay down, and he's making him beg for mercy, and he just smashed him in the head with a chair a couple times.
Dude, that chair shot.
What, you talking the finish?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't even
Well, hold on. The finish, they fucked up the camera angle, Ty, which I'm
Yeah.
glad you said, because that you really need to do
Yeah,
it.
they fucked up the camera angle, but he fucking laid it in like a motherfucker.
He's begging him for mercy, like he's making him beg, and I love the finish of this match because, okay, now I got to ask you guys about the needle. So I've watched deathmatch wrestling. I've seen guys get skewers. I've seen guys get carpet things in their head, and it's nasty and gross. And I've seen needles. I'm not
Explain
down.
to me a carpet thing. What are you talking about?
Like it's like a little carpet. It like hooks carpet into like a I can't even explain it. I'll just find a picture for you afterwards. And I've seen them jammed into people's heads. That shit is just wild to me.
Well, like the tax strip?
No, the thing
tax
when
strip?
you get on your knees, the tax strip
Yeah.
that goes
Yeah.
along the wall.
It's like the circular thing though that like puts it in. Do you know what I'm talking? I'll explain to you
You're talking about
afterwards.
the thing that you punch in with your knee.
Yes.
And you get on the ground, you punch it with your knee. It's like a 4x4 pad
Yes.
with like 100 different like spikes on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen those go into guys' skulls. That is grotesque to me. I cringe every
Nothing.
time I see it.
Piece of cake.
Skewers make me squirm. I don't like. I've seen deathmatch wrestling live. I'm pretty sure I saw a syringe spot at one of the tournament of deaths I went to. I'm not down with the syringe spot. I think it is too
Hated
far.
it.
But if you are doing a match like a lights out match, and you're doing something where this is beyond, and you're trying to tiptoe on the line,
You
or
jumped the shark and it didn't work.
well,
It was horrible.
Why did it not work?
Well, first of all, how many people could really see this little syringe in their hand, or even imagine that was a syringe in their hand, unless they're watching like a big video monitor or something like that?
You don't think people have seen this on social media since?
Well, no, I'm talking about for the live audience.
I think they
right
were
there.
buzzing with the finish. I think the finish had them.
Yeah, because they were like, "What the freak just happened?"
I think
It wasn't because the guy just got shot up with dope. That's the stupidest thing ever.
I don't know. I saw the syringe and it didn't really do anything.
I was like, are you
for-
kidding me?
It didn't really do anything for me. A syringe is a syringe. Like, that goes
I'm
through.
grossed out by needles in general, so like that's I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I'm saying you said you've seen skewers go through people, and then a needle, which is way thinner and way smaller,
It's
go
all
through
gross
people,
to me.
and that grossed you out. But I don't know. The needle came out, and I was like, okay.
I think
like,
that's the point of it though, is
Yeah,
because
like,
you
where
want
are we going with this?
I thought I thought a power bomb on a cinder block was way worse than a needle in the lip.
Yeah, I mean, like
To me.
I know people seeing it. Some people are like, "Oh, it's too much." I like when you push the boundaries.
Okay, then if you're going to push them and you want to get the point over more, you don't just stick the needle in their mouth. You stick the needle in the jugular, and then they pass out from that. The needle in the mouth makes people think, hey, that's Novocaine. Everybody's had Novocaine. You know what I mean?
Right.
That ain't going to pass him out. The point is that whatever the fucking was in the fucking syringe was the reason why he passed out.
No.
Sticking in his freaking jugular.
He was sticking it through his cheek.
Yeah, I think it would.
To do what?
I
He
think they
wasn't
wanted the
Novocaine-
visual
He wasn't Novocaine in him
do
for the
what?
pin.
just to do something
The
nasty.
visual.
Yeah, the visual.
Just the visual.
I know, but how does that work then? What is he shooting him in his mouth with?
He's not
not
shooting
shooting
him
with
with
anything.
anything.
He's
sticking
sticking
a
a
needle
needle
through
through his
him.
cheek.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. And there was but he goes like this and pushes for his thumb, pushes fucking liquid into there. You guys didn't see that?
I did see him push the thumb. Yeah.
Yeah. So what liquid is it? whatever that thing was liquid to make him pass out. How did you guys not get that?
No, that's interesting you say that.
I didn't see him do the thumb thing, so I.
Oh, yeah, dude, he totally goes like that and squirts the fluid into him.
I thought he was just sticking it through his cheeks. That's all I saw.
But that ain't going to give you the win.
Okay, and then he hits him with the chair shot of all chair shots.
No, because he hit him with the chair shot afterwards. That's what I thought.
Because he shot him with the fucking drug.
Right. Well,
is that how you saw it?
No, but now that you're saying that, that makes sense to me.
Well,
actually.
what else was he pushing down into the freaking needle?
I don't know. I didn't see him push it down, so I thought he was just sticking the needle in him and then hit him with the chair shot.
That's why I even hated him more.
I wouldn't think of somebody going for a drugging in a middle of a wrestling match.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to get him all on dope. He's like, I'm trying to get you on dope and get you out of the business. I hate you.
That fucking chair shot was...
Maybe it was Vic's Vapor Rub.
The chair shot was brutal, and
Camera cut did a disservice.
They blew it.
I know totally blew it.
Stupid... Dude,
they blew
how
it.
Bad is that? That's a couple that they
blew it.
They blew a couple super kicks or whatever fucking that night. But dude, they're so worried about it not looking good that they just cut everything right before it happens.
But that's the biggest, almost probably the biggest spot of the night.
Yes.
The finish of your main event of that, and he's killing him with that chair shot, and they cut away, and you don't even see it. You just see the aftermath. So you know he killed him because he put him through the chair.
Dude.
But, like, you don't even see the chair shot. God,
I've seen replays of it online. It was nasty.
I haven't. No, I mean, it sounded, and obviously you could tell it looked nasty, but that's your finish.
Yeah.
And you camera cut to 500 feet away, whatever the hell it was, like whatever they did.
I love the story of this, too, because, okay, it's a lights-out, unsanctioned match. So it doesn't even count as a victory over Swerve.
Can't get over that.
And you have not actually pinned him.
That's actually a good point.
So it's like he's this deranged guy and he hasn't even gotten any revenge. Like, that's what I love about it. And
I mean, for the story of the match, I almost kind of would have liked to seen like fire, like a flaming table.
The crowd was chanting for fire at one point.
Something like that, because if you're going for the burning the house down angle.
Maybe when you get back to this in 6 months or a year from now, you do something with fire then. You know, because this ain't over. It ain't over right now between them.
This ain't over.
It ain't over. It ain't over. I love when they raise the cage, right? And this is how to me, this is how I know.
So hanging on the cage.
So does Hangman have the belt?
No.
Yeah, I know.
Swerve's not the champ.
That's how
that's right.
He lost it months before.
What the fuck am I thinking?
What I loved about this so much, though, is
I saw Hangman holding the belt the other night in his...
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, don't mind me, people.
Yeah, he's hacking it up right now. When they pull the cage at the end and they're checking on Swerve and everything, Hangman's on the ramp and he like has this look, like you said, the crazy eyes hack, and then he fakes like he's going to walk back and the crowd starts buzzing then. Like they're going nuts, and then he walks back and he's screaming to end the pay-per-view. I thought it was a fantastic end of the pay-per-view.
Dude, there's so many people that are doing the thing now, like, yeah, I beat you. We just had a crazy ass I want to kill you match, but right afterwards, 2 minutes, we're going to shake hands and hug. I'm done and tired of seeing that in wrestling.
They didn't hug.
Right, I'm not saying in this match. I'm saying very recently you see a lot of that.
I like seeing a feud for life. You invaded my house and you burnt down my old house. We're hating each other for life. I love that shit. Like, it's fucking, let's go. Like, that's a fucking feud forever. Like, it's a blood feud. I thought it was awesome.
I'm wrestling.
Well, I thought this match was absolutely awesome. I'm close. I can't do it, but I'm going to go 4 3/4 stars for this match. I wanted to go 5 for it, but I just couldn't go quite the 5. So, Ollie?
I'm giving it a 3.5 because I've liked some of their previous matches a little more than this one.
Oh, I love their previous 2 matches were both 5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, I think this one was great. 3.5, 4. It's like right
I'm
there.
so high on it because of the brutality. I thought they really, really just like this was a hate-filled match from start to finish.
I agree. I mean, it's a good feud, and I think we're going to see it again. I don't think it's done.
No,
and
down the road.
I don't know where else you go from here, but
Where does Swerve go from here? That's 2 losses in a row, right?
Yeah, he lost to Brian. He lost to him. I think he might be taking some time off. So I don't know.
Hey, if you're gonna go out, put some people over.
Yeah.
You'll get back. You'll be bigger when you get back and you beat him.
He'll be huge when he comes back.
Oh, if Swerve goes away for a little bit and in 3 months his music hits randomly again, the place is gonna go nuts.
Yeah, he gets rid of Nana.
No.
Comes out with a gorgeous white chick.
Why she gotta be white?
Yeah, why does she have to be white?
Because it's the way it is.
Okay. Anyway, Hack, what do you give the match?
Fuck. All right, I know the match. 4.
4? Ty?
Yeah.
I'll give 3.
I can't give it that. I'd rather have been out of a cage. You know what I'm saying?
The cage was a little limiting, and I think it blocks people's view.
Cage matches. They're a pain in the ass.
Well,
it's hard to kill time in them. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't take a walk around the building.
and for the fan experience too, I think being there live in the building, cage matches aren't the best match to watch live.
Dude, in ECW, most of the time, at some point in the night, anywhere in the building, you had a first row seat. Because whether it was the Dudleys and the Gangsters going that way, me and Sabu going that way, my entrance, whatever, you had a first row fucking seat every show.
That's such a great way of putting it. Ty, what did you give it? I'm sorry, you were good.
Ty wouldn't agree. He'd give me a .30.
Well,
3.5. It was fine. I mean, nothing great, not bad. I mean, it was standard work for them, I thought.
I was more bullish on than you guys.
It's the match. It's the cage match is too confining.
Well, next week on our show, we're reviewing ECW Gangsta's Paradise, where you are in a cage match in the main event. So,
God. Must be the shit.
That's a great.
I'm sorry how bad I was, people, before you even know.
Overall, though, I really, really enjoyed this pay-per-view. I thought this was the second year in a row where All Out was even better than All In. And I thought it was a great show.
Utterly thoroughly disappointed in 50% of it, but the girls' match and Ospreay's match are just wow.
I mean, you have 2 5-star matches on a show.
Wow.
It can't be anything but a thumbs up.
Wow.
Next week on the show, guys, like I said, ECW Gangsta's Paradise. We'll be reviewing that one, and it's featuring my all-time favorite ECW match. So you guys are going to tell me what you think of the 2 out of...
Me?
No, you're not in it, bud. Sorry.
Curses.
Tyler's dad is, though. Raven's in this match.
Loser.
Figures.
Losers.
You guys tell me what you think of that. As always, guys, send us in listener questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. First up, Drummy from Bryan Street Tavern. Drummy.
What's your tab?
Drummy writes in, Sup, Sandy. Can't believe you have not seen Cloud Atlas. Yeah, no, you should really put it on your list. Okay. It'll change your whole perspective on life. Tab is doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Having said that, 2-part question. Who is your favorite actor or actress, and which actor could you see playing yourself in a Sandman biopic? Thanks, bud.
It would definitely be Paul Newman that would play me.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Paul Newman.
Absolutely.
All right. And favorite actor or actress? Do you have one?
Too many of them, but off the top of my head, Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington,
Okay.
girls, bleh.
Blah. You don't love any actresses?
Well, yeah,
Sexist.
It's been that great.
Okay.
They're all ones you can't mention.
Wait, what's her name? And White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, you love her.
Rosie Perez.
Wow, Rosie. I wonder why you love her, Hack.
Yeah. Her and Franny, 2-on-1, maybe.
Yeah, I wonder why you love Rosie Perez. I'm trying to think
God.
of what 2 reasons might you have for loving Rosie Perez. Okay. Ryan from Massillon, Ohio writes in, Hey guys, thanks for the love and good vibes. My rough patch is coming to an end. Started 2 jobs.
Hi, glad to hear your rough patch is coming to an end, buddy.
My man.
Yeah, great to hear that, Ryan. I greatly appreciate the kind words. It means a lot. He has his draft rankings, so he ranked the draft as well.
All right, here we go.
Hack, an A. Dudley's Cactus Funk, nuff said. Ty, a B. He didn't have any remarks for you, Ty. He just gave you a B. Oliver,
Loser.
Sleeper draft picks came up hard, A+.
Boom.
BWT, A-, because Raven met him once and he was a dick? What does that mean? I never met Raven in my life.
Wait, say that again?
He said because Raven...
He probably met Raven.
Oh, he met Raven once and he was a dick. He didn't... So Raven, I guess you were mean to Ryan.
Yeah, watch your mouth, dude.
Yeah. You're talking about Ty's dad here, man.
All right, so I won, correct?
No, I got
Suplex
A+.
Vintage Wrestling a B.
You cheated.
Okay. He also, his question is, if WWE asks you to be put in the Hall of Fame, who would you have induct you and why?
Todd Gordon.
No brainer, right? I mean, that was the quickest answer I've ever heard you give in your life. No brainer. I mean,
Because I'm chopped liver.
yeah, Jesus Christ. Ty, Ollie get no love.
You're a
Kelly?
traitor.
Todd, well,
CJ?
it's not Todd, it's him.
If it's not Todd, it's Ty.
him.
Ty's a traitor.
Yeah, Ty turned on you, dude. What about Kelly?
No,
what about Ollie?
I was an undercover agent. Dude.
Okay, that's right. We're
been
talking about
over
Donnie
this.
Brasco. Yeah, that's another one you got to watch. Hack. That and Cloud Atlas this week. That's your homework, too. And would you tell them to use Enter Sandman for the entrance and come through the crowd during the Hall of Fame?
Dude, not my choice. They
would
couldn't
have
even
to.
play it when I was working there for him because Vince McMahon was like, all right,
They would have to.
I know, but listen to me. Freaking, well, yeah, now because Vince doesn't
We
own the
know what
company
happened.
anymore.
We know.
Alright,
He fucked
good.
over Metallica. Blah blah blah. We heard
No,
it before.
but dude, it's only one time. Dude,
Yeah, they could do
you
it. They would have to. They would have to. They would have to. They would.
It ain't never going to happen. Just
Well, whatever. I mean, he's just asking a question, so.
maybe me and Sid will go in next year.
That's right, Sid, man. R.I.P. Sid deserves it, too. So do you, bud. Brian Mills from Calgary, Alberta,
doing, Brian?
Canada, writes in, what's up, everybody? Hope you're all well. Really enjoying these longer and longer podcasts. Keep them coming.
All right.
This question is for Hack, but as always, I'm interested in hearing from the whole gang on this.
Fuck them.
Okay, then we won't talk. This is all you, Hack. I've noticed quite a few older wrestlers seem to dislike AEW, specifically their booking and creative decisions. While a good chunk of these guys are just exploiting the incredibly sensitive AEW fan base, I've seen more than a few who seem sincere in their criticisms. I've noticed Hack has said similar things in the past, just wondering if he has any more to say on the creative side and what changes, if any, would you guys make for the product? P.S. Thanks for beating the Packers. So, Hack...
All right, dude, I've told you before, I'm not a booker. It's more like the biggest booking decision I made was I wanted Andrade and Escobar to be a tag match. And I don't even know if they were in the same company. But that's like the extent of my booking. If I like something when I say it, then yeah, so be it. And what was the other part of the question?
Just talk about their creative and stuff. Like, what would you change?
Dude, I don't know about their.
I think it's more so that, and it's something that we've touched on as a whole. I think that it's too many cooks in the kitchen when it comes to their booking is why it seems to not necessarily have a great direction.
Disjointed.
Who's booking their own shit?
Right.
Everyone.
MJF booking their own shit.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks booking their own shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Cassidy booking
Is
their own
Mercedes.
shit.
And that's why,
is, you know?
that's why I think too many people have clout over what they're doing, and that's where it gets disconjointed, and I think that's why people have a little bit of an issue with it.
Yeah, I think the best kind of overall thing would be what ECW did. Individual ideas from all the people in there, but at the end of the day, the buck stopped with Paul, right? But
Paul was saying, "Yo, this is what's happened. You guys take it there however you want, but this is the end result."
Right. And I don't think they're really... I mean, I think I know Tony is super involved with the booking, but I feel like he's got too many voices in his ears sometimes. So I think they got...
my God, if he's super involved in the booking, then shit there is way worse than I even considered it.
It probably is.
Me personally, I don't think Tony should be involved in any of the booking.
Absolutely.
Really.
I agree 1,000%.
I know he's a fan and and everything.
That's the problem.
And that's cool, but I would have Billy Gunn in charge of my booking.
Oh, I didn't even know he was there, but yes, 100%.
Didn't know Billy Gunn was there?
No.
What do you...
Shit.
Yeah,
with his scissor gang.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever, but yeah, I got total respect for Billy Gunn, but
Monkey banging symbols,
what's his
people.
name should not be there whatsoever. There should be a head freaking dude that everybody answers to. But the problem is Jericho's answering to this guy, to himself.
Or make it Jericho. I don't care. He could do it.
I think it should be Danielson.
That Danielson would be a great booker,
I'm just saying somebody.
Is he a booker?
I'm just saying somebody that's not Tony.
I think he could.
He's been around long enough and knows the ins and outs of the fucking business.
And he knows good business. Joe
would be a great booker.
All right.
Fine, sure.
Yeah, okay, but here we go. I think for somebody to take the head of that book has to be a Dusty Rhodes, a Paul Lee, a Kevin Sullivan, because Joe has been there with all these dudes forever.
Sting?
Sting. That's
Sting's not a booker.
I was just going to say, I don't think he's a
but
booker.
you don't know if Billy Gunn is. You don't know if Samoa Joe is.
It's over enough.
Right.
You don't know if Jericho is a booker.
I don't think Sting's a booker,
Billy,
but...
I think Billy would be a better booker than Jericho.
Yeah.
But can Billy tell Jericho what he's doing? Can Billy tell the Young Bucks what he's doing? Oh, knowing that their relationship with Tony Khan is different than Billy's relationship.
What about Paul White or like somebody? I'm just throwing out guys. I don't know.
He's not a booker.
So you're saying at the end of the day,
Who's Paul White, Heck?
Fucking the Big Show.
There you go. That's my guy right there.
Bang,
Yeah. That's my fucking dude right there. 2 some hours in here, a bunch of 99 bananas and pen rips, and he delivers Paul White for you guys. That's my fucking dude right there.
Honestly,
That's my
What
fucking
did
guy
you
right
think
there.
my percentage was?
No.
That's why you called me out.
Of course, that's why he did.
No, you thought
Yeah.
It was a setup.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was.
I had faith in you.
Tosh, what did you think? Hold on. Tosh, what did you think the percentage on Hack?
49%.
What?
49%.
No.
I thought there was no chance.
Did we post anything about me and him?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Yes, we
yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Next up is Jim from North Wales, PA. He writes in
North Wales.
on your
All
X
right, that's close.
Yeah.
He's a Sesame Place person.
on your X page. I'm calling it Twitter. Fuck X. On your Twitter page, you posted a
I thought
photo.
that was like a porn page.
Yeah,
I'm
his
like,
X
I'm like,
page.
wait, Hack's got an X
Hack's
page?
got an OnlyFans.
What is that?
He's got Chippendales. He's got Chippendale
on
vids
there.
up on his OF.
I don't think
Chippendale's film.
I don't
Yeah,
think,
Chippendale's film on his OF.
I don't equate X with Twitter. I was
Yeah.
like, wait,
No,
Hack's got an X
Only
page.
Yeah. On your page, you posted a photo of
What's an OF?
Freaking
I know. It's just funny.
Paul White.
on your Twitter page. You posted a photo of 911 choke slamming an opponent. My question is, did the crew like 911? He disappeared after being a mainstay in the early days. Was there a fallout?
No, everybody loved Al. Was a great freaking like big old bear kind of dude. You know what I'm saying?
Rode my first horse there on his ranch.
Yeah, we've talked about the ranch before.
and him and Teddy. Well, Teddy owned the ranch, and Al was running the ranch. You know what I mean? And then Teddy ended up handing it down to Al once Teddy died.
Al's 911 for those who don't know.
But you got to understand something. It wasn't like a WWE locker room then. We were all just boys. We were all just trying to get over. There was no egos. There was no nothing. Al was the biggest dude in the room. And he had the heart, let's say, of just that size of him.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Super
what I mean?
nice dude. Super nice
He
dude.
was great, good old fun, like me.
Okay.
Like a lot of us.
Don't
you know?
put yourself, don't put yourself over at the end of this.
No, but like Johnny Grunge, dudes, we're just there to have a good time. You know what I mean? We don't have any alternate fucking plans, how I can get over more or whatever like that. We're just living and loving the moment.
Okay, cool. I always love 911, so I love to hear that. Up next, Chris from Havertown writes in, also right here from Havertown. Hey, Sandman Pod Gang. As always, I have to start off by saying you guys are my favorite podcast.
Thank you, man.
I'm in
So you only listen to two?
I'm in transit frequently for work, and when I see that a new episode of your show is dropped, I know...
All right, hold it. What's this guy's name?
Chris.
Okay, Chris, please send us another one. Tell us what you're in transit doing, how you're listening to us, what your job is. Let us know more.
Okay. Tell us some more, Chris. I'm in transit frequently for work, and when I see that a new episode of your show dropped, I know my next 2+ hours is going to be great. Speaking of which, I'm loving how the episodes have been a bit longer. Keep them coming.
All right.
Now, the reason for today's email, and it's serious. I was driving up from D.C. this morning and listening to your deconstruction of Terry Funk's WrestleFest. Excellent insight, by the way. At the 2-hour, 34-minute, and 38-second mark,
Nice.
someone shits their pants. I thought I was hearing things, so I pulled over on the Beltway and played it again multiple times. As sure as a bear shits in the woods, someone blew apart a pair of their undies at that mark. I must have listened a dozen times, and that is a grade A fart.
Boom, that's a fart.
I'm somewhat of a fart connoisseur, and I can confidently say that one was a bomb. At first, I thought it was a fart of the fast food variety, but after my 8th or 9th listen, I could tell it was a fruits and vegetables fart. A healthy explosion. Then it all clicked. Hack said earlier in the episode he eats 30 bananas a week, and while bananas are a delicious and nutritious snack, and most definitely an excellent source of potassium, they are also extremely high in fiber. Therefore, I deduce that the Sandman is the Phantom Farter. At least it didn't seem like it smelled too bad, as you guys didn't miss a single beat.
Oh, fuck, Chris.
Anyway, great episode as usual. You guys are the best. Keep on kicking ass.
Holy shit.
And tell Hack it's probably time for a colonoscopy. Okay.
He's actually in line to get one.
I have a box
so
upstairs that my doctor sent me that I got to shit in and then send it away. They just sent me something.
He was actually doing that during the pod last week.
That's what you heard at 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 38 seconds. Is Hack was shitting in a box. But, guys, I've actually...
They texted me today, and they're like, come on, dude, send me your sample.
Hold on, Chris, that was funny, dude.
I need everybody to just try to regain our composure here for 1 second. I have
Holy
queued
shit.
up the moment. I have it here on my phone.
Oh, you do?
I
Great.
have
I
it
was
queued
going
up.
to... Oh,
All right,
serious?
Yeah, I have it queued up here, okay?
Everybody quiet.
So we need everybody quiet, all right? This is the moment queued up. This is 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 38 seconds. No, this is 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 38 seconds from episode 27. Bash in Berlin, Terry Funk's WrestleFest. Okay, I'm just setting up the moment here. Here we go.
The year 2000.
Actually, maybe there might be one even before him who trained Hayabusa, but I don't know the lineage. Because there probably was somebody.
Boom, that's a fart.
Hold on.
I heard it.
Now, hold on. I want to play it back and just bring this back one more time. Because I want to talk about Chris's email. Now, Chris said he thinks Hack did the fart. Now,
I had to.
well, no.
Oh, no, you're currently speaking,
You're currently
so-
speaking, so I don't...
It's hard to talk and fart at the same
Exactly.
time.
That's why I think
It's
it was
hard
one
to
of
come and
us.
fart at the same time. It is.
Here we go.
It was
Hold
good. It was
You
probably
can't
me.
come. You
on.
cannot come and fart at the same time.
on, here we go.
And how did none of us even put it over there?
Before him who trained Hayabusa, but I don't know the lineage. Because there probably was somebody.
All right, guys. We are going to put this up on our social. We want you to vote and tell us who you think farted.
Stupid.
We need who farted to break it down. We need who farted to
Who
break it down.
cares who farted? This is so juvenile.
Instagram.
No, Instagram. I think we need you to weigh in who farted. You are. This is fate. This is our friend.
Oliver's on the floor rolling.
Dude, he reached out to us for a
grabbing
vote.
his gut right now. It's hurting so
Who
bad.
farted? Reached out. Who farted is in our life for a reason. We know
Holy
that.
shit.
Guys, Chris.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
All right. If these guys are going to get this deep into this shit, this is
No
what
pun
we're gonna do.
intended.
Somebody has to send us a question and fart during the question. All
I
right?
don't even know how we can regroup
Send
here
me
at
a
this
question.
point.
Hey, even if your fart's in one of those little scan boxes in the bottom right-hand corner.
Who farted?
Oh, God.
Fuck, that's so good.
Chris.
Question of the year.
Yeah, Chris. You
No, this is juvenile. I'm thoroughly disgusted. I think my podcast has a higher standard of podcast than talking about farts.
No, the fact
I'm
that...
utterly and thoroughly disgusted with the smell and the context.
One even before him who trained Hayabusa, but I don't know the lineage. Because there probably was somebody before Hayabusa.
Listen, the proof is in the pudding.
Even before
No pun
him who
intended.
trained Hayabusa, but I don't know the lineage. Because there probably was somebody before Hayabusa.
I like how you say lineage right before it. You're making some profound point, and then it just.
Listen, if that was just a regular email quote and we didn't have the sound, it wouldn't have been as great. But the sound and the proof right there, because I was about to ask and go back and listen to it, but
No.
Listen, that's a email question of the year candidate right there.
No, horrifying. That'll go under the best question in the juvenile category for this year.
Guilty conscience over there? Who
Yeah,
farted?
Jesus Christ.
No, I don't care. Next time I'm going to fart, I'll put my microphone right down to my ass. Just so you know. And I'm going to do it henceforth.
We better label that because we don't check whose mics are each week.
Henceforth, dude. You get fart blasted all. If you think it's this good, here, send us if you like the fart thing. Question one. All
right.
Star rating 1 to 10.
All right.
Oh, man. Holy shit.
All right, our last question here, guys. It's tough sledding to live up after that. Is Kevin from Dayton, Ohio writes in.
Kevin.
What's up, guys? Love the show as always. I'm fading Sandman all year after that week 1 showing. Dude, what was that?
He's
Over
what?
4. He's fading you, dude.
What does that mean?
It means picking against your pick.
Yeah, he's taking the opposite of what you're picking each week. That's what he
Well,
said.
yeah, you loser, because you sent this in yesterday and you already knew the outcomes.
Well, he's talking about week 1. Your week 1 picks.
Yeah,
I know, I
loser.
lost them.
Yeah, you lost all 4.
Yeah,
Okay, so when did he say this?
No. So he's saying from now on, whatever you pick, he's picking against it.
Oh my God. All right, listen, dude. I've had some years where I've lost almost every bet. And then when I decide, I'm like, listen, Hack, just bet against yourself. And then the problem becomes you're in this own fight in your head. You're like, am I betting against myself or am I betting for myself right now?
Can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I was you, I would absolutely take everybody against what I pick.
Okay.
And then you're a dead winner.
There you go. Fade Hack all football
I don't know
season.
about money line. I don't know about spread. You know what I mean? You're going to have to make that pick.
we'll
But I'm a gambling loser.
90, I think 90% of America is.
Yeah,
Right,
so I think
but
we all are.
I ain't going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm a gambling loser. Bet against me.
Okay. His question, he says,
Okay, so I like Kansas City this week in my what's that?
Survivor pool.
Survivor pool.
Yeah, Survivor pool. I got Kansas City this week.
So
Okay.
take the Bengals.
Really?
Non-wrestling question for the crew. My buddies were coming over for Browns Cowboys in Red Zone on Sunday, and my one buddy said he would grab the pizzas. He showed up with 2 white mushroom and onion pies. Should we ever invite him for Football Sunday again? Who would grab 2 toppings like this for a group
All right,
setting?
hold on. First of all, you got to give us more fucking reference. Do you live in Austin, Texas?
He lives in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay. He lives in Dayton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shits.
And he said, Hack, I think he deserves the cane of the week.
Totally.
All right. He's
Complete and utter pizza violation.
You got to have one plain. If you're bringing 2 pies over, one has to be a regular old plain
And
pizza.
how many dudes is it, too? You know what I mean? 4 dudes, you got to bring over 3 pies. Too many just to
I
throw
think
it.
as long as you have 4 slices per guy,
if you're,
that's fine.
If you're gonna pull something like that,
Talk it over with the crew.
yeah. Like, what are we?
What are you
What
doing,
are we doing
there?
here?
Kevin, you got it. This guy can't
if
come
you're
over
not
football
going to
anymore.
communicate, you got to go one standard cheese, and then
Maybe
if
a pep.
Yeah,
Plain and pep.
Well, he was probably a Cowboys
Maybe
fan.
even the
That
meat
was the
lovers if
problem.
you're feeling frisky.
That's Hack. I agree. Yeah, Kevin, you got to let us know whether or not that
These
friend of
fucking
yours.
Cowboy fucking fans, dude. He's done.
Yeah, well, it sucks for you Browns
Utter
fans.
and thorough violation.
Yeah, that's a huge violation for bringing over 2 white mushroom onion. I could see like white spinach tomato maybe as a
Oh
pie.
my God, we don't care what you consider. You're
No, it's
450
it's
pounds.
15
Oh my God,
yards
look at
and
yourself.
Go through 67 different
Oh,
kinds
God.
of meats. Well, I could have a pepperoni and a mushroom.
you could have went a bunch of different
Or I
ways.
could have
Yeah.
a
You could have went about
pepper or a
exactly.
mushroom. No, but to not have one with red sauce, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's a huge violation.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But that's the only problem.
All right, guys, next week on the show is ECW's Gangsta's Paradise. As always, like, share, review. Tell us what you think. Let us know who farted. But before we go, Hack, as always,
Who farted?
All right.
Toast of the week, cane of the week.
The toast of the week is whoever farted.
so you?
The cake.
Self toast
Sorry.
and a self roast.
Cane of the week is the idiot bringing over the white pizzas.
There you go. That is our show this week, guys. Follow us on social media. Let us know what you think. And more importantly, who farted.
Peace.
Peace.
Ain't it foggy outside?